You're level 20? Hello, everybody! Welcome to the Indigo Chameleon. This is Friday night. It is a night for D&D. Yeah! We got a few announcements before we get started. We're going to make them quick so we can get into this adventure. We got a lot of ground to cover. We got plenty of snacks, and we're going to do this right. So, a lot of stuff happening here on the channel. On Sunday night, it is a Indigo and Scribe buddy comedy for the ages. We're going to sit on the couch. We're going to play Uno. We're going to try not to get divorced. You
can't play me.
One big Uno.
Stop it.
Dear It's Tio Pepe.
So we're going to play some card games. It's going to be great. On Monday night, there's not anything going on here on Indigo. On Tuesday night, however, it is a wonderific, a very merry on birthday to me.
To you!
With some special guest star appearing, so you're going to want to tune in for that. It's going to be a fun time. Wednesday night, I don't think there's anything going on except over on the Plaster Dragon. There's going to be a very cool show of something wicked. So we've got a lot of wickedites on the channel that watch Zip Zap Zepper. So much so that we've co-opted some of these characters. On Thursday night here on the channel, we are going to be doing a very special one-shot adventure where I'm doing a level 20 this week. Why not do it a level 20 next week? Where the cast of Something Wicked, after 10 years from their previous campaign, are all grown up. Some of them are married, and they are going to rescue Etheria, their daughter, in a very special one-shot, and finally put to bed some of these big bads that have been terrorizing the place. And we're going to rescue Etheria. So it's going to be a fun rescue mission. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that on Friday. On Thursday, it's going to be Creative Chaos. We don't know what exactly is going to be happening there.
It's going to be creative and chaotic.
It's going to be creative and chaotic. So stay tuned for that. And then on Sunday, I believe. We're going to be doing another one-shot. Normally it's a board game night, but next Sunday it's going to be a fun one-shot DM'd by Mike. So our Nick, our long-lived Nick, our king, our president. So stay tuned for that. I think that's all of the announcements. Stay tuned for more giveaways on the channel. Big shout-outs and thank yous to everybody that's been sharing the post and liking the post and following us and subscribing. We cannot thank you enough. There is always, always, always a seat at the table for you. So thank you, and I hope you're all having a good time. Remember to reach out to us on Discord if you're interested in playing. We're always looking for new players. And people from out of state get first priority when it comes to these talking head type games. The last one we did was an Elephant Loxodon game, and I'm still thinking about it.
We'll never forget it.
We'll never forget it. All of that being said, let's jump into tonight's episode.
You sure there's no more announcements?
I'm sure there's no more announcements.
Wait, we're supposed to be level 20? Okay,
Oh shit.
Let's go around the room and introduce ourselves. Who you are, who you're going to be playing this evening, and a very brief description on what you look like. Tinker, let's start with you.
So I'm going to be playing La Fuerza. He is a barbarian, specifically a luchador. And he wears a sky blue unitard with a red cape, and his face has never been seen.
That's my man. I will be playing a character named Crux. He is a Kenku druid. He's got purple eyes and he's got green hair, so he's a little multicolory. And he's about 5'5", so he's not terribly short, but not tall at all. So he's excited to be here.
Is that how he talks?
Not even
Please.
close.
Hi. My name is Jane Beige. I'm a human. A fighter. I don't really do the magic thing. I don't know. I'm 5'5". I have brown hair. I have brown eyes. I have a cat. I guess I did. I guess I'm dead. No, I don't know. I had a cat. Anybody else? Okay.
Hi, I'm Depelia. I am a fourth gnome rogue assassin. Though she be little, she be fierce, okay? I have a greenish hue to my skin and also vibrant pink hair, but it is hidden consistently under my cape because that's a very distinctive quality and I don't want everybody to see it, okay? Bye.
I'm Adrena and I'm playing Avina, who is a feral tiefling cleric of the Raven Queen. She's rather tall. Her skin is a light blue. Has the horns that go out like this, with a little curl, little ram horns. Long black hair. She's very regal looking, but it's gonna kick some butt. So yeah.
I'm Oswald. I'll be playing Mordecai. Mordecai is a Aasimar blood hunter. He stands about 6'1", lanky but stocky. He has white eyes, kind of a bluish skin tint to him. Yeah, he doesn't look it, but he's pretty strong.
Also, we're married.
Also,
Like,
you're
actually.
married. No, thank you. That's good. The characters that have been described before you are what you see when you wake up. You find yourselves in a somewhat large room, many shelves around you containing books. As you start to wake up and get your bearings, you notice the high vaulted ceiling above your head. You're noticing several timekeeping devices sort of scattered around the room. Hourglasses, sundials. There are candles that are lit. There are burnt pieces of paper that seem to be scattered about. And as you all sort of wake up and gather your surroundings, you all sort of make eye contact and look at each other in this strange space. In the middle of this room are the forms of humanoid figures, all in red robes, gashes up and down their body, covered in blood. Amidst these bodies is a circle that has been carved into the ground. Arcane sigils alight, forming a complete circle around, and the bodies, although they are scattered about the circle, none of them penetrate the light. As you stand up, sort of brush yourselves off, and look at each other, the figure in the center of the circle stands up. He's very tall. He's got dark green skin. He is wearing sort of white linen pants, but he has a large gash in the side of his chest that is seeping blood. He's also got two white wings that fall limply from his back. If anyone has Arcana or Religion, I would let you make a roll here to see if you know exactly what he is.
Proficient in it. So.
Proficient in it.
That's me, 21.
21?
24? 17? Does the proficiency automatically add into this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
24.
24. The two of you recognize this as a planetar. This is a type of angel, a very powerful angel. And as he stands up and his wings sort of fall to the ground, he sees you in the room and starts crying, small tears. And he nods at all of you gathered and begins to speak. Heroes, my name is Amazer. I'm a planetar. I know you must be confused about why you have been brought here to me. What is the last thing you all remember?
I was eating a sandwich. It was delicious.
Yeah, that's funny. I was at a tavern eating and drinking, so I don't really know why I'm here.
There was an attack on our home.
Yeah, we got jumped in our house.
Crux Monastery books.
What?
Was drowning myself in a river.
I have used forbidden magics to bring you here. I am sorry. Each of you was plucked a moment before your demise. I used chromancy. It is a forbidden magic to rip you from that moment, seconds before your death, to bring you here. It is incredibly dangerous magic, but I had to. Even mortals are not to know of its existence, and right now, me channeling this spell is the only thing keeping you here and not away from your death. However, when I fail in the ceremony, you will be back. Each of you will be brought back to that point and die. And well, I have also doomed myself in bringing you here. You are not to mess with time, and for my transgressions after the ceremony ends, I will be completely destroyed, without the promise of an afterlife. I need your help. The world, this plane of existence, is at stake. But I do not ask you to do this freely. If you agree to help me in my quest, I can grant you a boon, something within my power, a blessing to your descendants, a legacy to your honor, something that will stand the test of time, so that you will not be forgotten. I need your help. You are currently standing on a mountaintop shrine to Ogma, where the highest clerics and celestials study history and chromancy. Once again, anybody with arcana or history can do a check for me.
23.
16.
Being part of Celestial, would I have? Would I be able
You
to
would have insight into this. Ogma is one of the deities, is one of the gods of the realm, and is the foremost god of knowledge. It's actually one of the gods of bards as well, in terms of like knowledge and record keeping and keeping things like safe. And as he says, you are currently in a temple to Ogma. You sort of look around, and some of you that are proficient in terms of religion, and you as an Asimar, you start realizing the religious iconography about you. He continues, and as he continues, he sort of winces in pain, and you see the sigils flare. He puts a hand up, and as he does, the sigils return to their brilliance again. And he sort of takes a deep breath, and he says that a few hours ago, the shrine was attacked by a former friend of mine, a solar named Tapani. She is an angel. She is one of the most powerful angels in all of creation, and she has been tasked with starving off incursions from the far realms. The far realms is the realm responsible for bringing monstrosities into the world. She appeared unannounced and accompanied by dozens of lesser angels. Her sword was stained with blood, and her robes were stained and torn with the blood of her allies. Madness had overcome her. Tapani and her angels demanded that the shrine's inhabitants turn over everything they knew about chromancy and assist her in a project that she claimed would prevent the far realms from destroying everything. Life as we know it. However, I believe she is wrong. I believe that her plan will cause great damage to this world and make it unrecognizable with the timeline changes and paradox that are caused by this. When I refused to hand over the temple willingly, she killed all who opposed her, abducting those that didn't die outright and left. She fought me, she struck true, and she left me for dead. Tapani has retreated to a temple devoted to studying the far realms, based in the Underdark. There is a teleportation circle set up that I have done that can send you to her. I beg you, find Tapani. Defeat her. Her heart is in the right place, but what she sets forth to do will bring about the destruction of life as we know it. Everything you have all fought for will have been for naught. The good that you have all done will have been for naught. Will you undertake this?
Croc's cake.
Looks like we don't really have a choice, do we?
There is always a choice. I can
Well, yeah, I go back, I die. I mean, okay.
Can I roll an insight, see if he's telling us the whole truth?
Sure, give me an insight check.
15.
He seems
Yeah.
incredibly impassioned and forthright with you.
Okay.
Like and from what you can see from the wound, he doesn't have much longer to lie.
Okay.
So,
It's up to you.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I'll let him go back and die.
You already died once, might as well do it again.
Yes.
he breathes a sigh of relief. As he does, he claps his hands, and from the ceiling comes a spectral chest that sort of opens up. The chest crackles with an arcane energy. Inside the chest, inlaid amidst a sort of a gold pedestal in the chest, are 3 hourglasses. He will motion towards the chest towards you, and he will say, "These hourglasses are the last of what this temple has to offer. These are glasses that, if thrown upon the ground, will create a small barrier in time." What this translates to is you guys have something called the Wondrous Hourglass. Okay? There are 3 of them. Time stops for a full hour in a 20-foot radius for the people centered in here. Just enough time for a short rest. Okay? So it's like you throw it down, as long as you're grouped together, time stops for you, you get that short rest in. It's a consumable. There are 3 of them. Okay?
That's not daunting at all.
Yeah, no shit, right? No poop, right? Sorry.
He begins to channel the teleportation magic needed, and as he does, you see the sigil open up on the far side of the room, and he nods his head to you and holds at his side and says nothing else as he makes eye contact with you all and sits and maintains concentration to keep the magic that was set forth to keep you in place.
If Crux didn't move around, he's just gonna just give a bow because he understands his godliness, his benevolence. He's just gonna just bow and just Crux out, Crux fight.
Debelia is going to take her cape off so he can see her entire face
Yeah,
and motion towards him.
he will return the motion. It's a pained motion, but he looks at her.
And she'll put the cape back on.
As the teleportation circle lights, you realize that you have a limited amount of time. I imagine everyone sort of runs toward it.
Mm-hmm.
You all run towards it. As you do, the bright lights of the shrine fade behind you, and you feel this strange rushing sensation. Some of you that have used teleportation magic before recognize this sensation, and you find yourselves pulled away. You are bonded as adventurers in this moment. You feel the energy cracking between you. Some of you who have known each other for years, some of you who have just met a few seconds ago realize the stakes set forth for each other. The defending of the realms. One last ride before time runs out. As the teleportation magic fades, you find yourselves in a small clearing. You're on the shore of this great big subterranean lake. As you look up, you see the sort of cave walls that are up above you, but this lake stretches out for miles. The inky blackness of the cavern is broken up occasionally by these phosphorescent purple algae that seems to glow and spark and occasionally open with these little puffs of wind that move through the cave system. On the far side of the lake, the cavern walls sort of close in, and right at the point where the cavern walls meet across the lake, you see a temple, barely visible in the wavering light. Heroes, what would you like to do?
Your hair is very pink.
She checks to make sure that all of her hair is tucked back under.
Oh no, you
Her
did it
cape.
well, but I saw it before. It was very pink. Should we go to the temple?
Can't go. Cracks go.
Can he talk?
He just did.
Everybody give me a history check. Doesn't matter if you're proficient or not.
11.
That's a 14.
4.
17. I have a +0.
So Jane, you were the only one who realizes this. Kenku, this little crow person that you see in front of you, Kenku is an ancient race that was cursed a long time ago to not be able to communicate. So Kenku can't have a very hard time communicating. They can repeat things that they've heard in the past. So you realize he's not saying anything. This is just the way that he's able to sort of cheat around this ability to communicate with other beings.
I think the answer
What
here
he
is we
said.
need to just say all the phenoms that exist in the common tongue. That way you can just repeat them.
Can't go.
Did the barbarian just say the word phenom? What's that intelligence, big guy?
8.
Fina, what?
He took one English class in college. One.
That's the
That
one
word of the day
vocabulary.
calendar.
It was required for my wrestling scholarship, as I had to take a humanities.
School?
He pronounced humanities right.
Well, at least the bird's cute.
I guess we're going to this temple then.
Sure. Give me perception checks. If you sort of survey your surroundings and sort of
Oh,
look
nat
around.
20.
21.
Okay.
22.
22.
That's a 1. That's a nat 1.
10.
2.
22. Okay, so you
Passive is
three,
better.
notice the sort of path leading up to this little jetty, and there's like a boat. It looks like the boat is big enough to get all of you across. It's a little ways off the beaten path. As they're noticing this jetty, you're sort of stopping and you kind of walk a little past them. You see the 5 humanoid figures that come floating up above where your head is at, floating above you towards where the lake is.
So they're heading towards where we're wanting to go.
They're heading towards where you're wanting to go.
Do they look friendly?
They are so far away. You got a nat 20.
I did.
You recognize, I'll give you this. You recognize these creatures as mind flayers.
Oh.
Notoriously not the nicest of beings. Like they eat brains. Like they like.
Well, I'm fine then.
Oh god,
Okay.
they're zombies.
Yeah.
That sounds
If
great.
they eat brains.
Are we sure we want to go this way?
Can't go. Water. That way.
There's scary things heading that way,
Yes.
so I don't know if
Is
I'm
water.
really comfortable going.
Where do you suggest we head?
Maybe not in that direction? I don't know. It just seems like a scary idea.
Do you point them out to everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys watch. You guys watch, and she's like, scary things that way, and she sort of, Ophelia sort of points out like where they are. As she does, you see 5 of these mind flayers sort of flying above your heads towards the lake, and they get about halfway across, and then smack. That's when the 3 dragons come in from the sides, and just the mind flayers start firing off spells. They're doing everything that they possibly can, but to no avail. These 3 dragons tear into them, rip them apart limb from limb, bloody to a pulp. And as they do, the bits of the mind flayers fall into the water, and they just sort of keep flying the lake.
I don't think
Well,
we should
that-
go that way.
Yeah, that takes care of those.
But what of the dragons?
Don't drink the water.
Like Fuerz's eyes are just gigantic as he's
Mice.
like almost salivating.
Dragon.
I don't know where else we're supposed to
Subconsciously
go.
flexing.
Go.
This seems
How
slow.
far?
The dragons are pretty far away. The lake is like,
Yeah.
75, 80. I want to say 150 feet across.
And the dragons are there.
The dragons are sort of patrolling the whole of this lake. So they're up in the cavern, they're up all around and
They're
stuff
gonna
like
fight
that.
us eventually.
Is that the only ways to go through this boat across the lake, or is there like a more wooded
Right.
heather path?
This lake is it's like an island out in the middle of this, like this temple is on this like sort of like island in the middle of this subterranean lake. You could always do anything like you want to do in terms of going in the water or up and over. It's up to you, but from what you can see, it's sort of one way in.
I mean, it's logical if we've been transported here pre-death, we're supposed to go to the temple that's right in front of us, so wouldn't it make sense just to go to the temple and get this whole thing over with?
I mean, I can use pass without a trace and get in the boat for all of us, and we can just make our way, and it would just look like a boat's adrift.
The pass without a trace doesn't make you invisible. It
Okay.
makes you super sneaky.
Okay.
You guys could be hard to spot. The boat ain't. Pass without a trace you cast on like creatures.
Gotcha.
Like you can't cast it on inanimate objects.
Roger.
Too far of a swim.
If that's what's above us, I don't think I want to get in this water. So I
Do you
guess
have
the
another
boat.
way to get to the temple?
Seems
I just said, I guess the boat.
way.
Are there
Right, the boat.
is there
I mean,
like
I don't-
stuff above? Like obviously there's like cave wall behind at our back.
Yeah.
Is there like stuff up there that's visible?
Up top.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
11.
Rocks.
So,
That sounds about right.
what about greater invisibility? Or do I have to be touching?
How many people can you cast that
It
on?
says you or a creature you touch. Is
One.
it one person, or can I go for a group
You
huddle?
can't make the boat invisible.
Singular. It's,
But
it's
I'm
an article
saying
that represents
that.
the singular.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, to be fair, it does say anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible.
Invisible,
You
right.
could just cast it on La Fuerza and I'll carry it with you.
But the boat is supposed to be invisible.
Right, but
And
if
moving.
we flip it over and go underneath the boat, and
I'm not getting in that.
Are we
We
Jack
can-
Sparrow in this?
We're gonna Jack Sparrow, yeah.
then essentially it would be invisible, right? Because now we're wearing it as a
God.
shield ish.
I'll need one
No,
word
you
word
can't
on
make the
this.
boat invisible.
That's what we're just.
It's
a creature, a living thing.
anything. Let's see, anything the target is wearing or carrying.
You don't get to wear a boat.
I could wear a boat.
If it's on our heads, we're wearing like a hat.
The most serious one shot we've ever done.
And you're like, can
and
I
somebody
wear a
says the
boat?
word, you can't wear a boat.
I'm
You're
really
listening for
trying.
10
I'm
minutes,
really
already.
trying.
You can't wear a boat, homie.
What if I want to wear a boat?
I don't know.
I say we just get in the
Yeah.
boat and go.
I think that's the only
That's
way
the only
we can
option
do
right
the
now.
thing. I don't
If
want to
something
get in the water.
attacks us, we just attack it back. Done.
Oh, but then what if the
keep
boat's
skillet.
gonna get crushed?
Jay
and
start
we're all-
walking.
I start walking towards the boat. I'm
Jane
not gonna
starts
get in
walking
it.
towards the boat. As she starts walking towards the boat, there is this loud call. It sounds like a bird call.
I take out my sword.
As the bird call happens, these three brass dragons
Oh, God.
sort of fly over and see where the boat is, and
Level
sort of,
20, folks.
and three of them land on the sand.
How big are these dragons?
These are young
Dragon
brass
sized.
dragons. They're still in the large category, but they are not like full-grown dragons. These are littles.
We get to fight early.
Does anybody have animal husbandry?
No.
Can we not tame the dragons?
You want to train the three adolescent dragons.
Got out of character knowledge I can't use.
Maybe.
They're not attacking.
Would someone
They're
like to
just
say
staring?
hello to the dragons?
Love-
Go ahead, be my guest.
Let's say La Fuerza
Okay.
approaches the dragon.
Do they look curious or like attacking?
Give me an insight check.
Oh no.
One of the dragons sort of like nods ahead towards you. The one on the far left.
That's a 26.
Little of both.
Lovely.
They're a little
Hi.
spooked.
Oh my goodness, you're so cute.
You are so cute.
Kenko.
Wait,
I'm
did
just
she
gonna
do
hold
it?
my
Yeah,
sword.
yeah,
to
it,
the
it
next
told me I was cute. What's going on?
We
I
are
never talked to a dragon. I'm sorry.
we are patrolling
For what?
Talking back.
What are you patrolling for?
to stop people from getting to the temple.
Oh, what's wrong with the temple?
And then, like the three of them sort of like lower themselves to the ground and says, I am Bologna. This is Bonari and Valenino.
Oh my god, I want to love them forever.
We are the children of the great brass dragon, Latura. Our mother owed a debt to Tapani from long ago. We are here to repay the debt.
Oh.
You must leave.
Are we in danger?
No. Not unless you cross the lake.
Oh.
You're repaying a debt? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
Is it a debt that you're wanting to repay, or would you rather be free of it?
What is wanting?
That's not good.
Is there a way that someone can cross? Perhaps with permission? Or by asking nicely, or maybe paying a toll?
No toll. We are here to guard. We are repaying the debt from our mother.
Did you happen to hear that bird noise?
Yes,
What was that?
that was Banani.
Oh, you can sound like a bird? That's pretty cool.
It is easier to eat people when they don't expect a dragon.
Oh,
Very true.
But some people have to be able to cross to this temple. I mean, obviously they need to for maintenance, sweeping, etc. I mean, who is allowed to cross to this temple, and how do you decide who's supposed to be over there to do, general maintenance and cleaning?
She asks very respectfully.
Jane with the practical answers.
General maintenance and cleaning.
Yes.
And one of the dragons shakes his head. Says, we know of no such general.
What if we told you that we were supposed to be the ones that were supposed to upkeep the temple and to keep it pristine and clean?
Give me a persuasion check at advantage.
That's so good. That's so good.
19 and 7. I don't think I can persuade for any. I have a -1 to persuasion, so that is an 18.
Can you assist? I'm a proficient.
Assisting is advantage.
Yeah, it's an 18. That's still
That's right.
it's still too
That's
bad.
good.
That's
That's good. I think.
Would there be a lot of books at this place? A lot of old texts, or is it just like an old castle temple?
Yep, old temple.
Old temple.
There's no books.
You are not leaving? You oppose Campani?
Well, temples need to be cleaned just like any other building. There are cobwebs. There is dust. Floors must be mopped. Dead things must be removed. I'm sure there are probably dead things in the temple, correct?
We kill a lot of them.
Well, someone has to remove them.
We eat a lot of them.
Well, there are probably bones and things left, correct?
Can I cast Charm Monsters?
Perhaps some of them get scared and leave.
A dragon
Remnants.
is not a monster.
Can I just smile and wave? Kenko.
One of the dragons sort of flies away.
Hold on, are any of us charismatic?
No.
Great.
I mean, we've
What a time
we've done
for a bar.
okay so far.
I'm just gonna walk over to it and just start writing in my book and just like look at the dragon and start
Excellent.
writing down like small
As
notes.
he takes a step forward towards the dragons, I need everybody to roll initiative.
It's good.
Damn bird.
21.
No.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Are you serious?
17.
So
Oh.
I rolled a nat 20 and on advantage. So I rolled a 20 and a 22.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's great. Who got 20 to 25? So you did. You got a 22.
Yes.
Okay, so Tinker. 20 to 15.
19.
17.
17. Okay. You got Jane and Brooks.
Oh wait.
Kenko.
Oh, I'm fine.
I think
Wait,
it's insane
what
that the
number
fighter
did
is the
you
most
ask for?
20 to
charismatic one
25.
among us.
And then 20 to 15.
15.
Perfect.
I forgot.
Okay.
I forgot
With the
things.
hard
Everything's
choice.
fine.
Maybe we're just gonna
I
be
can't
a
roll
castle.
lower than
no.
a 10.
Yeah.
Because that was the night one.
What did you two get?
I got a 7.
Wow, you are so married.
So Mary.
People are roll to get them back together.
Isn't that right, honey?
the dragon.
The dragons are going to go first.
God damn it. Of course.
They're going to shoot a 40-foot line of fire. Each of them are going to do that simultaneously. So I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Wait.
please.
Thank God I've got advantage on that.
Again.
Hold on. I'm going to use Curse of the
Not
Blood, right?
magic,
It gives everyone a +3 on the dex save.
Can you do that on a reaction?
I can.
Okay. So you watch as all of a sudden Mordecai sort of taps into his arcane energy. You're adding a +3, okay, to this dex save.
And that's a crimson dice for
Then-
the damage on it, so that's a D10. That's 2 damage.
That's me 20.
That's
Is it plus 3?
36, 'cause that's a
36.
No,
Plus 3? 21.
Okay, you take no damage.
14.
14.
So we add 3, 2.
3.
So plus my dex?
Yeah.
My dex saving.
Dex saving throw.
11.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 16 for me.
16 for you.
Yep.
Okay. So as this fire erupts forward, let's see.
Go ahead. Hit one of my
You
blood analysis.
you take 100 points of damage as this.
I have resistance to fire.
You take 50 points of damage. You take no damage because you're a rogue. You got a what?
I got a 16.
And you got a 14. You two only take. Everyone else takes 63 points of damage.
Holy Christ.
Is that
almighty.
with
Help!
my 21?
That's with your 21.
Okay, so 63.
Yes.
God.
We're not.
Can I
We're
use
not one way or the
a
other.
reaction?
What are you using?
Stone's Endurance. It allows me to reduce damage dealt to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, how
Alright.
did we all die in the first act?
That's a great question. Well,
Yes!
let's find out.
So
Mine was 63.
63.
Okay.
what's 63 minus 18?
It's 60.
63
No,
minus
66 because I
18 is
used my
45.
Okay.
All right. That being said, Tinker, you are up first.
That hurts.
Trying to bust out my healing spell.
Yeah, secrets.
Already.
Okay.
60. Oof, damage.
Well, how close are they to us?
I would say that they are about 30 feet away.
Cool. So I will move. I can move up to 40. So
Yeah.
I'll move.
Yeah. Do it.
And then can I punch?
Punch away.
Yeah.
Swing away, Meryl. Is there anything you would like to do before you do that? Maybe a bonus action?
Oh yeah, I'll rage as a bonus action.
Yeah, that's a good
That's a
idea.
good choice. I
idea,
should
bro.
do that.
All right, take some swings.
Okay. So I get.
No, I do take
If I moved, I only get one attack, right?
No. Yeah,
Okay.
your movement is another attack,
Oh,
so you
jeez.
can make however many attacks that you have access to.
I have 2 attacks.
All right, so make some attacks.
So this is with my Nux.
La Forza runs forward, and as he does, he rushes into battle. What are your attack rolls?
It's plus 13. So I got an 18. Oh wait, sorry, plus 4. So plus 2, right?
Whatever your a +2 attack is.
Yeah.
So with your punches, I think it's a +7.
No, it's
+7 or 8?
plus 13.
+13?
Normal.
Good. So what did you roll on the dice?
I rolled a 5.
Okay, so you got 18 total.
Yeah.
That hits. So
That
you run
hits?
forward as
Oh,
you
Jesus.
go towards the dragon.
That's a lot of damage. Should I roll my second attack first, or should I?
Sure, roll your
damage?
second attack.
Okay.
You just sort of like wail into one of these.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. You're gonna double the damage, and
It's actually more than that.
it's more than that.
Yeah.
And roll another attack for me against that particular dragon.
Oh my god.
That's a 26. So that hits.
That hits. So Give me all of the
Jesus.
damage you do against that one.
So
And
that's-
we're gonna skip to Jane.
That's basically 4 sets of the dice, right?
So that's
While he's adding, I will go
15.
for a melee greatsword attack.
Okay.
I get 4 attacks per action. That first one is a 15 to hit.
15 misses.
Okay.
So Jane, you run forward and swing, and it just barely dodges out of the way.
Second attack
Okay.
is, oh my gosh, I'm rolling like crap on these. 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That will be 6, 9, 16 points of damage.
Okay.
My third attack is a nat 1, that misses. And my fourth attack is, wow, a 17.
That hits.
Okay, that is 15 points of damage.
Jane runs forward to the dragon that's in the middle, and as she does, she just starts sort of swinging away. As she swings away, the dragon takes the hits in stride, and it's just sort of like blown backwards, pushed backwards almost a little bit towards the lake. As you watch, your eyes sort of dart over to the other dragon, which takes
71 points of damage,
Holy shit.
16 of which is necrotic.
16 is necrotic.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. The other dragon takes all of that damage. You're rolling D4s for the damage.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Cool. And it's sort of hit backwards. It's hit backwards. It's hit backwards. And this one looks rough as well. There's still a dragon that has not been hit, and two that have been. That being said, Crux, you're up.
So are they decent? I mean, being dragons, are they pretty close together, or are they like more spread out a little
Right now, they're somewhat close together.
bit? Okay, then can I cast Fairy Fire and that'll kind
You
of
certainly can. What's the next save on Fairy Fire?
19.
They all fail their death save. So you watch as Crux sort of walks forward, starts tracing arcane symbols in the air. As he does, there's a blast of energy, and the 3 dragons are sort of knocked backwards. As they are knocked backwards a little bit, they light up like Christmas trees, and they start sparkling with arcane energy. All attacks made against the dragons will now have advantage on them. That's their Ophelia,
I am running and diving into the water and swimming away.
you're swimming towards the...
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Ophelia runs past everyone, jumps in the water, and starts swimming towards the area.
Bye.
Mordecai.
They were nice to me.
Do I notice if his necrotic damage did hurt any the dragons any different or any more?
No,
No,
you
okay.
didn't notice any sort of difference. Actually, give me a perception check.
Nat 20.
Yeah, no, like it didn't really do anything. You know that dragons, as they get older, develop bigger and larger immunities, but these are littles.
Okay, cool.
Tiny.
Yeah, tiny.
That's
So
just
I'm gonna
100 points of
use.
damage.
We're gonna buff the sword up. So I'm gonna use. Where are my? There it is.
I did my
I'm
damage.
gonna
Should've
use.
done more damage.
Right, they're brass, right?
Hmm?
They're brass.
They're
Right?
brass dragons.
I'm gonna use Rite of the Storm, so I can use. So my greatsword now has lightning damage on it.
Okay,
That's
perfect.
one of his actions.
Okay.
And then that's 20 HP.
You're killing all your HP right off the bat.
So Mordecai takes a knife out of his side, and as he does, he slices into his own hand, dripping blood onto his sword. As the blood hits the sword, there are little sparks of electricity until the last bit of his blood hits the sword, and the entire sword ignites with lightning.
Now, so that's a bonus action, so I still have my 2 attacks, correct?
Yes.
Cool. Got the 2, thank God I have advantage. 10 plus 11, so 21.
That hits. Roll damage. Which one are you hitting?
The one that's looks like he's about to go down,
Okay.
just to finish him off. And
Yeah.
then,
Roll your second attack.
the next one's 29.
Okay, yeah, that hits as well. So roll damage for me. Avina, you are next up on deck. So think about what you're going to be doing.
Should I attack or heal? Who all got hit with the dragon?
I think we all did,
We all did.
with the exception
With
of
that, yeah, she's the only one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 5.
Oh my god. Sorry.
4.
The spell elemental.
I took 50.
Oh, yeah.
When you crit, you're doubling the dice damage. You're not doubling anything else. You're aware of that as
Right.
well. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to roll the extra dice.
Okay.
I could have healed up to 6 creatures.
And it's actually it's 3 additional dice.
You?
5.
Yeah, brutal critical.
Where's my crimson die?
Where you
My
roll
D10?
damage dice, right? So you roll another
3 additional weapon damage. Yeah.
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 That's my thing.
No, I don't. The strength bonus doesn't give bonus, but the D4 would be rolled extra.
Peter, what are you doing as he's rolling damage?
I'm gonna cast prayer of healing to the people who got hit because I can do that to up to 6 people.
What is the amount of time it takes to cast Prayer of Healing?
Oh God, that's so much. Never mind, I can't do
I
that.
believe that takes 10 minutes.
It does
so,
take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So think about what else you might want to be doing.
That's 32.
32. You watch as this lightning sort of carves into the brass dragon, the sword sort of flying through. As it does, the dragon sort of recoils a little bit, and as it does, it falls to the ground, dead.
One down.
Nice.
So there's one that's been hit, one that still hasn't been hit.
There's one that's been hit. There's one that has not been hit.
Okay, I'm gonna run with the one that hasn't been hit yet,
Okay.
and can I grab it? It doesn't need to touch it.
You can grab it. It's gonna take an attack.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast inflict wounds.
Okay. Give me a 2-hit roll on that as you run forward and sort of try to
And
touch
I
this
add
dragon.
my spell attack, right?
Yes.
17.
17 just hits.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
So Avina runs straight forward towards this thing, and as she does, she sort of grabs onto the tail that's
my
sort
girl.
of whipping back and forth. You're gonna roll damage for me for that?
Yeah, my iPad's being super slow.
Yeah,
Give me
like-
a second.
No, that's all right.
Like
It's
everyone is
3
about to
plus
die.
10. Where's my D10? D10? I don't have a D10.
This one.
That's the thing. If someone is making death saves, that's enough to keep them
Yes.
out.
Thank you. It's not
That's
also
enough
a
to get them
12.
back.
Is there a D10?
Should be a D10 in there.
Where's?
That's it right there.
The 0 with 0 on it?
Amazing.
0 is the 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's 8 plus 10
There you go.
plus 9. Do I add a modifier or no?
You can get pretty far using the dash action, especially because you're a rogue and you're swimming. So you're getting pretty far across that way.
Cool.
Hillary's too stout.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's 27.
27 against the one that had been hit or the one that
Do
hadn't?
one more roll. It's 4d10.
3d10.
No, 4d10.
It says 3d10 here, 4d10 up here.
Roll one more D10. You're gonna need it.
Okay. 39.
39.
29.
29. Okay, cool. You watch as the other dragon sees the necrotic energy coming through it. Everyone that is still up and about, I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw for me. As this other, as one of the dragons sort of breathes forward, and instead of red flame, a green cloud seems to come forth from the dragon.
Is this considered a spell?
It is not considered a spell.
Is it poison?
What?
Is it poison?
It is not poison.
Okay. That's a 21.
13.
21, 13. Jane falls asleep.
Ah!
16.
25.
25.
18.
18. Jane falls asleep, and Avina falls asleep. Boom, boom, hits the
jeez.
ground, face down. That was one of the dragons. The other one is going to fly forward and make a bite attack against Avina, since it was the last one to sort of hit against it.
Bye, guys.
That is a 18 to hit versus
Yep.
AC. Okay. As it does that, it is going to do
Can't even find more attack.
19 points of damage as the teeth sink into you, chomping down and biting down hard. That was the dragon's turn.
Does that wake her
Does that
up?
wake her up?
It does. And actually, those are going to get advantage on them because they're asleep, just in case of crit. Oh, you're all good.
Aside from the 19 damage.
Yep. Tinker, you're up.
It's punching time.
Bunch of time.
So
Give me attack rolls.
first attack. That is a 19 plus.
Yes, that hits.
Second attack. This is melee attacks first. That's 29.
That hits as well.
And then we're gonna do an unarmed attack offhand.
Offhand attack.
Yeah. That's a nat 20.
Okay, so this you don't add. You only add this because it's your unarmed. You're not adding strength modifier to it or anything like that. You're adding your rage damage to the unarmed attack, but you're not adding the strength modifier to this.
Why wouldn't I add strength modifier?
To the unarmed attack?
Yeah.
Because you're punching. So it's boom, boom, like you're doing. It's an off the cuff sort of like attack.
Okay.
These two get the strength modifier, the rage damage, but you can double the damage on the D4.
Okay. And as a bonus action, I'm going to attempt to grapple. Tavern Brawler.
Offhand is not a bonus action?
No, offhand is just an offhand attack.
Okay, we'll look at that.
That's right.
You can. What's your size category?
I'm medium.
Okay, can you?
I'm considered size large because of powerful build.
Okay, then yes, you can attempt to grapple. Roll the damage you're not going to need.
Okay.
You may not need to. So roll damage for me.
Okay.
Jane, you are unconscious. You're asleep. Crux.
So there's two on the other side, and one's like in the air.
Yeah.
Then
you also notice that Jane is sort of knocked out on the ground.
So poop it. I don't have anything to wake her up with aside from hitting her. I'll cast Insect Plague. That's a 30-foot range of a 20-foot area. So I'm assuming that'll kind of get the ones on the outsides, or ones that are.
They're kind of separate now. They've used their movement to move up and do the.
Then if that's the case, then I'll cast Blight on the one closest to me.
Perfect.
At level 6.
What is the save on Blight?
19. It's con save 19.
It fails its con save.
Oh,
Wait.
man.
It fails,
Yeah.
so you get to roll full damage.
Okay, so this is going to be a 10d8. So 10d8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, which is.
What did you get on damage, Tinker?
Oh, I'm sorry.
43.
43.
Yeah. Is
Okay.
it still up?
Yes, very much so.
Then I'm going to attempt to grapple it.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Strength athletics, right?
Yes.
That is a 28.
It is grappled. So you watch as Leroy Jenkins sort of runs into the ground and hugs this little tiny dragon and sort of grapples it. With any area effect attacks or any effects like the Blight spell or that do a radius are also going to affect Tinker.
Mm-hmm.
You're hitting the other dragon. I'll say that you're hitting the other one. This is
It's also considered immobilized, so it has
zero movement.
Yeah.
But 0 dex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's me 53 points of damage.
Yeah, offhand attacks are bonus actions.
Oh, they
Powerful
are?
build affects carrying capacity and dealing with weight. You can push, drag larger.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that you can grapple. This is
Okay.
your one. I'm grappling
Well,
something
you
bigger than
did say they were size large, so I can still grapple it because it's only one size category larger.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. But bonus action is the offhand attack.
Okay.
You're using that leftover action to be like
Okay.
to sort of do. So, what do you want? Do you want the attack or do you want the grapple?
I'd rather have the grapple.
All right, I'll erase the damage on that.
Okay, so that would be -4 from that.
Okay.
So I did not roll well on that damage.
Got it.
Okay.
You're good. Yeah. What was your blight damage?
53 points of damage. And yeah, necrotic.
Okay. Yeah, these things are looking hurt. That being said, Crux went. Dephilia, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. You're almost there. You're a fast little swimmer, especially as a rogue. You're covering a lot.
Cute little feet to kick it like
right.
this.
Mordecai.
Cool. Let's see. Let's
There's
play
one that looks really hurt. There's one that looks like it's barely. There's one that looks like it's really hurt. There's the other one that looks like it still could go a couple of rounds.
Let's still go rounds. I'm gonna run over and wake Jane up.
Okay, perfect. Jane, you watch. Mordecai just comes over and just goes like, "Hey, get back in the battle. Get back in the battle."
Oh, thanks. That was.
Can I still use bonus action on it, or is that it?
Yeah, I'll give you a bonus action.
Cool.
That was a good move. I'll do the rule of cool.
Cool. I'm going then to.
Vina, you're up next. You're still holding on to this thing.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm aware.
We just like to
Actually-
hunt dragons.
Actually, no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Avina.
Great. Okay, so I'm gonna wake up and I'm still holding on to it. I'm gonna do vampiric touch.
Okay. Give me another attack roll. You're still close to this thing. I'll say you weren't holding on to it. It's hard to hold on.
Well, he sunk his teeth into me.
Yeah, that's true.
She's cuddling.
It's cuddling, babe.
It's holding her
Got
back.
advantage. Roll that. Because it's got fairy fire.
Do I add spell attack or bonfire? I'm so confused.
Hey, give me a look at blight for me.
What?
Look at blight for me.
Okay.
When I
It's
roll
blight concentration.
spell attack,
Right?
right?
Spell attack.
Plus 10.
Instantaneous.
I'm sorry, yeah, it's days.
All right.
10 plus 10, so 16.
16.
Unfortunately, it misses. You're trying to get a good reach on this thing, a good hold on it, and it just doesn't work. One of the dragons, the one that is not being grappled at the moment, is going to take off. If anybody wants to take attacks of opportunity against it, you can, but it's going to try to fly away.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Can
we all? Or
You
just...
two.
Can I use supernatural surge on it? Supernal surge. So it's an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Then no worries.
What's an attack?
You just it's just a regular attack. It's just a regular roll. 21.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
And I still have my lightning sword.
The other one that's currently grappled is going to
6.
make a bite attack against you.
Okay. It's a disadvantage.
No, it's not.
I have Cloak of Displacement, sir. It absolutely has disadvantage.
So the Cloak of Displacement works. Oh, it's
Only if
only
I'm immobilized.
There you go.
Plus 8.
Okay, yeah. It tries to get a bite on you. It doesn't work.
Plus 2.
The claw hits though,
Claw hits?
negating the Cloak of Displacement for this round.
Okay.
That's 25 on the one that was running away.
25 on the rows range. Yeah, it gets pretty far away. Let's see. That's going to be.
And I'm raging, so I have resistance on this. I'm assuming it's either bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Yeah. So 10 marked down to 5.
Okay.
As this thing sort of slices into you.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is its turn.
Alright.
Tinker.
I'm gonna punchify it some more.
Punchify it some more.
First punch. That's a 16.
That misses. You try to get a good reach on this thing and try to punch it, and it just you can't quite.
Even with its dex being 0.
Even with its dex being 0.
Oh wow. Okay. Second attack.
Yep. This is you're trying to punch through the natural dragon hide.
That makes sense.
Natural
That's a lot better. That's like a 30.
Yes.
Or 35.
Yes. Roll
Okay.
damage. You're maintaining the grapple. Right?
Yeah. 13.
Okay. 13. Okay. Jane.
Alright. I know it's too late now, but am I wrong that when that dragon attacked him, if I was within 5 feet of him, I could have used Sentinel, right?
You could have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll remember that for next time. Wow, I'm rolling badly. Sorry, that was an attack. Same thing I was doing before. The first attack is a 16.
16 misses.
Okay. Second attack, whew, is 17 plus 13. 30.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Roll your other 2 attacks.
Okay. That is a 17.
That's gonna hit as well.
Okay, and then my last attack is a 28.
Yeah, there's no way this thing survives. So the other one starts flying away off into the distance, and the other one, while it's being grappled by you and being held, it sort of slumps to the ground, and you hit it enough with the sword that it passes out. We are out of initiative.
Woo!
Oh, good. I thought it was
thank
coming.
goodness.
Who is the most screwed as far as HP is concerned?
I'm great.
I've lost 50.
Okay.
I'm at 74.
Okay.
But
118.
I have a lot of healing
Okay.
power, so if you don't want to waste yours right now,
Where's good?
I can help out a bit.
I'm totally at 118 if you want to toss me some help.
You guys look around, and you're missing a member.
Where did you go?
My arm!
We just see like 2 feet in the
Would this be a perception to see like if she decided to dip out
I
mid
want to look around
combat?
and find out where she
Would
is.
this be perception to see if she dipped out mid
You
combat?
can make a perception check.
Then I am totes making a deception check, and that is going to be, sir, a 25.
19.
Yeah, you guys see her swimming across the lake. She's almost there. In fact, I will say by the time this battle ends, she gets across the lake and she's just like,
I'm just jumping. I'm like, guys, come on!
I'm gonna take this opportunity to rip one of the arms off of this dragon.
okay.
Do you have Tavern Brawler?
I do have Tavern Brawler.
All right. Rip the arm off of one of those dragons. Give me a strength check.
That is a 26.
You're still ripping through natural sinew and stuff like that. You get a good chunk of it off. I would say over the course of 5 minutes, you guys can't move anywhere because you watch as Florza is just spending time trying to rip
While
out.
he's doing this, can I cast Prayer of Healing on everyone?
Shh. Sure. You can cast prayer of healing on everybody.
Except for her, because she's.
I don't think she
What,
should do that.
what's that giving us? What's
You're
that?
having orange juice and
Pina coladas getting
goldfish
colored.
crackers.
Thanks,
Okay.
Mom. Cracks.
It gives you 2d8
While
plus
I'm
my
waiting for them,
modifier.
2d8s.
Do an
Yep.
investigation.
Sure.
2d8
give me an
plus 4.
investigation check.
So.
That was
Well,
kind of
That's
stressful.
going to be a 23.
That was the warm-up fight. That's going to be the weakest
Oh my
thing you guys
God.
saw.
That was a what?
You all get another 12 hit points back.
12. Thank you very much.
On the other shore, you're seeing in front of you what looks to be a large temple. You're hearing the soft sounds of chanting coming from inside the temple. There's blood sort of all around the steps leading up into the temple, with a large white marble door that opens up inside to it.
Does it open in or out?
You can tell, I would say, from the hinges that it opens in.
Can you explain exactly why you're ripping the arms off the dragons?
Oh, so I have a feat called Tavern Brawler, which gives me proficiency and bonus damage with.
Does Forza say this? Like everyone, I have picked up a feat.
Well, I'm speaking to the audience.
Oh, you're speaking to the audience.
That's why I was looking directly
We're
into
talking to
camera.
a character, though.
And it gives me bonuses with improvised weapons. And I'm now turning to the DM to find out what type of damage the Brazo de la Muerta uses, which translates to the Arm of Death.
All right, now I'm asking La Fuerza. Can you explain to me exactly why you're ripping the arm off the dragons?
For hitting.
Why not just use your hands?
And then he holds out, and it's obvious that it's longer.
It's now turned into a boxing glove.
Okay, I will say the dragon arms. The dragon arms, I'll up it to a D6 that are slow. I'll actually up it to a D8 that are deteriorating as a body part that is slowly falling apart.
I have one thing to say. No regrets whatsoever.
Okay, so it is a D8 for now.
Stop this man.
Yes.
I'm not going to use this spell for anything else. Specifically for this moment.
Is it Gentle Repose?
You're gonna gentle report. That's a dead. I'll allow it. He watches. It's got a couple more hits in. The dead arm has a couple more good hits in it.
Gonna do it. But I guess now I
Does the
have
coast
to.
look pretty clear right now?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Let's
then.
just get on the boat now.
I want to wild shape into a raven and just fly across.
Are there any bodies?
Nearby?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
None that you can see. Not with the 23?
23.
23.
Have we traveled on the boat across?
You are. He flew across. He left you guys on the
Okay.
shore.
Let's go on the boat.
I'm getting in the boat.
You guys very easily go across the way on the boat. As you go across the way on the boat, you see the little gnome who's just sort of like looking about and sort of studying her surroundings. And as you come across the temple, it's a large room. Are we opening the door into the temple? I assume. Are we?
Well, I'm going to make a snide comment to her first.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, thanks for the help.
I left you the boat.
There's a large room with high ceilings, held up by thick pillars of gray stone before you as you open the door into this temple. Wooden pews stand on either side of the aisles, which run up to a stone altar carved with a scroll, behind which stands this beautiful statue of an angelic woman. It's behind like the podium. Small doors lead off, one to the left, one to the right. On the pews are the dead bodies of various humans in red robes that have been propped up in sort of grotesque, staring straight forward. There is a white-robed elf with a bloody bandage pulled tight across his eyes who is just praying at the altar. Standing guard over him are three angelic figures that are just standing there with swords drawn. Tall, powerful, but the more you look at them, the more something's off. They look sick.
So they're living? They're not statues?
No, they're living. They're floating in the air up above them. Their skin is pale, and the orbs of their eyes are completely devoid of any pupil. They are just black.
Can I make a survival check to see if I can notice like because being part Celestial, I might be able to know if there's any affliction part of it.
Sure, yeah, you can do that.
Can I very quietly use my Eye of the Grave to detect any undead within 60 feet of me?
Absolutely.
Hi.
Okay, I did it.
That is a
No undead? Okay.
That's a
I
23.
needed to know that.
You've heard stories.
Good thing to know.
Of
All these dead bodies just show up.
the Celestials look like Diva, that are angels. But you've heard stories about Diva that sort of go off the beaten path, or something happens to them, or they spend too much time in the darkness. And these have been very, very badly corrupted.
Fallen angels.
Right now, the elf is sort of just praying and has not taken note of you.
They're.
And there's 2 doors.
2 doors, one to the left, one to the right. The angels, even though there were no pupils or eyes, they just sort of like watch. They don't say anything, but each of them like tracks you with these black sort of voids in their eyes. Each time one of you takes a step, they dart over to the one that took a step.
Crux starts to walking over to the door on the right side.
Birdman.
As Crux sort of takes some halting steps forward towards the door, you hear this. Well, the dragons did not perform as expected. Come in. I am Chanel, the right hand of the Lady Timpan, her lieutenant. Come in. Come in, have a seat, and worship at the altar.
Hi, we're just passing through. No disrespect, I suppose, intended. We just needed to go in there.
Why are you here?
You know what? I'm not sure exactly.
Deception check.
Lol. Come on, J-Beige.
I swear to God, if I don't know why I'm here passes.
15 minus 1 is 14. Apparently, I'm not good at
Tracks.
You're good at beating stuff with your beating stick.
Yes, and.
You are here to disrupt Apani's plans. Only a fool would oppose her if you understood the horrors of the fog humps as she did. That's just fine. That's just fine. Take care of them. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Wow. All right.
Okey-dokey.
Ooh, that's nice.
This is going
Hey,
to be
if everyone starts getting real low in health, remember, you guys have your superior healing potions. But
19.
also, I can help. Just let me know you're getting low, because I'm not a mind reader.
Oh boy.
Alright, 20 to 25.
24.
20.
Jesus.
Not this time.
Jane,
Really?
Dephilia.
I want
Oh,
to swap dice.
I gotta roll a
Me
lot more
too.
initiative.
Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, let's swap colors.
Who's angry at me?
19. Jeez. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. 20 to 15.
19.
19.
19. Roll off, guys.
That's going to be 22.
You go first.
No, you're just doing a straight D20 before your dex
19.
modifier.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Kenko.
All right. Do I dare ask?
I got a 10.
I got a 3, Roy. Can you hear me?
Where's
I got
the
a 3.
Jane,
Dice.
you are up first.
I roll my eyes and I say, I really don't have time for this, and I go stab the one in the center that was talking.
You have the 3 angels which have interposed themselves, so you are able to do that, but you are going to take some opportunity attacks
Oh,
as you sort
okay.
of like
Well,
these 3 angels sort of go
Oh,
and
okay.
like stand in front of this individual. So there's 3
Oh,
of
got
them
it, okay.
all lined
So
up.
yeah, so I guess the one on the right.
Okay, give me your 4 attacks.
All right. Do you want just 4 rolls, one after the other?
Give me 4 rolls right
Okay.
after the other.
The first one is 28.
That hits.
The second one is a 28 again.
That hits.
The third one is a nat 20.
And
Yay.
Okay.
Boom! They all die.
Arm
They're all
say?
done.
I don't know if I like that face or I really like that face.
Roll.
Yes.
When you roll damage for that nat 20,
Yeah.
save it for the end and tell me how much you roll for. So
Got it,
add up
okay.
all the damage
Yes.
and then, yeah,
Got it.
okay.
Okay, and then the third one is a 29.
That hits as well. Roll
Okay.
damage.
So the
for-
damage for the first, for those 3 that weren't the nat 20, I've got a 6 plus 7, so a 15 plus.
And suddenly became
I get
Jane
to
Bates,
roll
pocket
twos.
healer.
Yeah, 15 plus 14, so 29 plus 12, 29, 30, 31, 41 damage for those 3 that weren't the nat 20.
Okay.
And then the one that was the nat 20 is going to be 17, 31 total.
You did almost as much damage with that one crit as you did with your other 3
It
attacks.
gets better, kids. You watch as Jane's like, we're done here, and she sort of strides forward, and the one on the right, she just goes, boom, and as it tries to bring an arm up, it cuts into the arm, and then it brings the arm down in pain. The second attack hits, and sort of it isn't able to deflect that. It brings the other arm down. The third attack, it stands forward, and as Jane sort of strides forward with the sword, she goes to stab it in the chest, but instead she cuts into where the neck is a little bit. As the cut goes into the neck a little bit, it goes to scream something, and Jane gets the idea of pulling the sword out and slashing across the eyes. As the slash goes across the eyes, this angel turns to look at the other 2, and the 2 adjacent to it just go puff, evaporate.
God.
So this one is alive and it's still standing and it's blinded, but the 2 next to it just sort of reach out hands, and this thing goes and like explodes.
And I just look behind it at the thing that was talking in the back and go, "Are we done? Can we go?"
Defilia, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to use my Crimson Rapier.
Oh,
Okay.
As a
yeah.
bonus
Bonus
to ignite it.
Okay.
I'm also going to use Sneaky Sneak.
Okay, yeah, you can go after the one that she was going up against if you
Correct.
want to. Yeah, and
That's- hold on. That is 21.
21 hits. Roll
21?
damage for me.
Okay,
Adding
this is gonna take a while, so.
While you're doing that, I need you to give me a charisma saving throw, please.
I'm really good at charisma. That is a -1 to charisma, so that would be an 8.
Nope. The diva looks over at you, and the one that is blinded, and as it does, it reaches for its sword. It stops. It puts its hand down at its side and goes, "Kneel."
Oh god.
And you put your sword down
Oh god.
and kneel in front of it.
Hang on a minute. I get to re-roll my saving throw.
Are you
Indomitable.
choosing to use that?
I am choosing to use it. I get 3 times per long rest.
Okay. You're re-rolling a saving throw.
That was better. That was a 12 though.
You put your sword down and you kneel in front of it.
Oh dang.
Still going, sorry.
It's okay. That is its turn. Then it will. Okay. It is going to walk. The man behind the podium is going to look forward at all of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll see.
This is not the band for record.
This is not
That is 58
the
points.
bird really.
58 points. It's up, but it does look good.
Great.
Let's beat to hell.
Like the hell out of that. I'm also gonna dash.
Oh, no, I can't. Nope, we're good.
No, so you walk as you're doing that. The man behind the podium sort of walks forward, and as he does, he outstretches a hand towards you, and he says, "Be gone with you," and makes a. I need you to give me a charisma saving throw.
Is this against magic?
This is against magic.
Perfect. Like that. And this is charisma?
Charisma.
Ooh, I got that cool thing.
We're gonna take that one.
It's okay.
Was that a stress drink?
That's 11.
Stress drink or stress.
Great.
She's
Bye.
Hashtag Kanko.
Is this the second combat in a row you've run away from?
Run away. She got sent out.
I'm
Oh.
done.
Wait, what did you roll?
11.
I did go higher.
Oh, did you get banished?
Apparently.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I'm not dead.
Your turn.
So I'm gonna cast
What?
infestation
On what?
I just gave you
on
58 points
the
of
one
damage.
that
and you
doesn't
said
look so good.
Okay.
Well,
So
no, he just said you were gone. I didn't know that you.
I didn't
God.
run.
okay. Okay. That's 7. So that's gonna be 13.
To hit.
Oh, sorry.
13 points of damage.
I'm sorry to hit. That's to hit. Yeah.
Okay. That is going to miss, no matter who you are going up against.
I tried so hard.
Not so far. Tinker.
As a bonus action, I'm raging,
Okay.
and I'm charging the person that just made one of my teammates disappear.
Perfect.
Hey, you got red.
Oh, wood.
Wow.
Gone.
Give me some attack rolls.
Okay. 17.
Nope.
Okay, second attack. That's better. 28.
Yes, that hits.
Okay.
Oh, I read that real wrong.
17 points of damage.
All right. What'd you roll on the D4?
That's a D8. I'm attacking.
D8. You're attacking with the.
Yeah.
The
I rolled a 6
Okay.
plus 7
Chris.
plus 4.
Plus 7 because you're.
Oh, and then this is the first one of the round, so it's an additional. Or is it? Where is it?
Necrotic damage.
Where is it? D6. Okay.
Is that what you're doing? Necrotic damage.
No, I'm doing radiant damage. 'Cause I have
Okay.
a feeling this thing is evil.
Okay.
That's an additional 14 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah. This thing takes. He takes a large hit.
Cool. Who'd you hit?
The elf.
Chanel.
Oh, you did that. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the one that banished you, or made you disappear, I should say.
Correct.
You
And
just made my
when,
life so much more funner.
I went bye-bye.
when they do that. Okay. He makes his concentration check, so that magic is still holding.
Cool.
So it's okay. You're gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
You haven't told me to give damage, so we great.
Yeah.
What you get for running away from our first fight?
Ryan.
Then I'm sorry
She
for
was-
giving 58 points of damage.
Ryan,
Kanko.
you're up.
Okay, so first and foremost, we're gonna go ahead and light the sword up again with radiant damage. What's it called?
I already have done. He just cuts into himself and
Yeah.
just like
Blood everywhere.
blood.
Honestly, there's already a lot of blood in this room.
It's fine. It's
There's a
fine.
lot of blood in this room.
Is
There's a
it
bunch of dead bodies.
the surroundings of this little arena?
Yeah.
Is it dim lit or is it fully lit?
I'd say it's dim lit. You're in a cave system and stuff like that.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, it's fully lit. It's super lit. It's going down for real.
Amazing. Okay. So let's play with some things here.
The same reaction.
I can do 2 actions and I have 2 attacks, correct?
Yes, you may. Who are you attacking?
Amazing. So I'm gonna go after the guy Tinker, the elf.
The elf.
The elf.
Okay.
So first off, I'm gonna go and put Blood Curse of the Eyeless, so he has disadvantage on his attack rolls
Okay. I can do that.
until my turn.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use Supernal Surge, which allows me to attack 3 times instead of twice.
Okay.
What are you attacking? The ants or the dude behind them?
The dude behind him,
Oh, okay.
the one that
The one I hit with my leg.
Yes. That's a that is a 25.
A 25 to hit?
Yes.
Yo, yeah, that hits.
That's a 16.
16 points of damage?
No, that's for the second swing.
No, that doesn't hit.
That's a 14. That's a 25 hit.
That hits.
Cool.
So you got 2 attacks with it. Audie, you're up next.
Okay.
D6.
Just as heads up.
Appreciate
Yeah, get ready. And then Jane, you're going to have to justify what's going on with you.
That's 8, and then I get 1 more. Where's my D10? 3 plus 3 is 12. I'll come back to you with the numbers.
He's
Okay.
adding them
Yeah.
all.
What are you doing on it?
I'm gonna look at the angel and cast banishment.
On the angel.
Yeah, just get it gone.
Okay. I need to make a charisma saving throw here.
Yep.
7 plus 3 plus 3
Yes. So you stride forward and you cast banishment, and it seems to filter out of existence, and then that unholy light seems to move, and it centers itself back in this reality.
So with everything, it's 36 points of radiant damage.
36 points of radiant damage.
Yes.
Good.
I'm not gonna do any attack things anymore, guys. They don't work.
It would if angels didn't get advantage when it comes to saving throws against spells and other magic.
But it's blinded and all this jazz.
It is blinded by the light. Jade! You are kneeling down on the ground, and because of this sort of command that sort of like filtered all throughout your head, as it rolls around to your turn, you feel yourself like coming out of it a little bit, and as you manage to sort of shake it off, I will let you do a bonus action to pick it up, and I will grant you 1 attack action as you get back into it.
Alright, so that is a 14, 27 to hit.
That will hit.
And that is a 14 damage.
Against the diva.
Yes.
The angel is hit with the sword one more time, and this one also shatters as it does into oblivion, leaving Dephilia, who has been banished.
Hi, God.
You're not gone. You just can't think of anything better to do. Okay. So,
Just backstroking.
yeah, I think you're just banished, my dude. Shanoa's turn. Shanoa comes forward. No, you should not back up because it's not going to last very long.
Oh, I thought you just meant I was gone the whole thing. I was like, goodbye.
Gone.
You're just gone, my dude.
Kind of rebuttal.
As Shanoa kind of strides forward, he sees that you have put out a lot of damage and destroyed all of the angels.
Is he moving away from me?
No, you are both within. You're in melee with him, and you're in melee with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's right. 1, 2. Actually, odds evens. Odds evens. Okay. So you're right. He is going to come closer to you because you are within melee of him, and as he does, he's going to outstretch his hand, casting a spell. Which is
Cool.
going
I have a
to-
reaction.
Which is going to release the banishment. So all of a sudden, you pop back into place.
Go!
Okay.
Why?
All
I
right.
didn't run away!
The first word out of her mouth.
I don't know.
So I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Before that, I have a reaction. Mage Slayer.
I
It says-
believe
it
the
says-
reaction is. Like after he casts the spell, like you use a reaction.
It says when a creature within 5 feet of you casts a spell, you can
Yeah.
use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack.
Yeah, so he's gonna cast a spell, and then you make a
Okay.
weapon attack.
Okay.
And then I get 21 too since he's within 5 feet of me.
Correct.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw from you, buddy.
Because I missed that one last time.
Son of a bitch.
That is that's a 1, but I'm going to use my fanatical, hold on, what's it called? Fanatical focus reroll to reroll it.
Okay.
That's a lot better. That is a total of a, hold on, 31.
A 31 on a Constitution.
I rolled a 19 and I have a plus 12 con
Okay,
save.
you each take a reaction and an attack against it, and you take 43 points of damage.
I take 43 points of damage.
You took half damage.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yikes.
And I can't disrupt his spell while he's casting it?
No.
Oh, okay.
You get the spell, and now you each get to take an attack roll, and then I believe his concentration checks are at disadvantage here.
Okay. That is a 28.
Yes.
That's a 29 for me.
Yes. Roll damage.
And that is it's a 19 points of damage.
With a 1-2 punch from the side, boom. And how much do you get?
That's 19.
Jeez. Yeah. This guy gets obliterated as well, and you watch as the lieutenant to Tapani sort of falls to the ground, dead. The angels being demolished in these critical success cards is
How did what happened?
each of the adjacent enemies to the person takes the double damage from the crit doubled again.
Oh my god!
And they didn't have that much HP to begin with. So you guys are all standing there. As you stand there, you have before you a room to the left and a room to the right, but this is where we're going to take our intermission. So when we come back, you'll be deciding whether you go to the left or to the right.
Let me heal you first.
Or you could actually use one of those hourglasses here to take a short rest and refill any sort of abilities.
Which would be
That
nice.
sounds
That would be
amazing.
so many of my spells could go down.
So you're taking a short rest. Roll hit dice. Make sure you write short rest on there if it replenishes any abilities. And everyone else, we will see you soon, right after this quick intermission. everybody, we're back. Thank you so much for joining us. We got some food, we had a little bit of a bathroom break, and now we are back live in the action. We are in the sort of temple area. There's a door leading off to the right and a door leading off to the left. Chris, your Kenku established that he was sort of heading off to the right door. Kenko. As you look forward and open the door to the right, you find yourself in another hallway. Directly in front of you is another door. This one seems metal, very sturdy. As you look off down the hallway, there is a door that looks wooden down the hallway, and then there are stairs leading up. Okay, so as you walk in the hallway, to the left there are stairs, there's a door in front of you, to the right there's a wooden door down the hallway.
What are we feeling?
Crux. Forward. Crux.
Big
I
door.
trust the bird.
Let's go.
Big door.
Crux there?
Big door.
Okay.
Big door.
Big door.
As you open this large metal door, there's a loud creaking noise as a blocky, windowless room appears before you. Slabs of plain gray stone on the floor and the ceilings and the walls, however, glitter and shine beautifully as silver light dances off dozens, maybe hundreds of weapons that seem to hang from racks, rest against plain wooden stands. The only furniture in this room is a large, very large black anvil sitting right in the middle of the room. Behind it stands a extremely tall figure made of gleaming steel. He appears hard at work, attending to a sword which glows white hot as the creature slowly moves its palm across the blade in order to smooth out any imperfections.
And we close the door.
So sorry.
As the door swings open, the blacksmith looks up at you with eyes that glow like fire and says, "May I help you?"
Maintenance, we're just leaving.
I'm looking for the bathroom.
All right. Thank you for coming.
Kenko.
And I walk out.
We probably should revisit that. He seemed really nice.
He did seem
As far
surprisingly
as nice
pleasant.
things are concerned, am I right?
Yeah.
You're a bird. You like shiny things.
How about the stairs?
Yeah, let's do that.
You can do whatever you
There
want.
was way too
Let's
many.
go stairs.
There was way too many weapons in that room for me
I
to
start walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
Are you going regularly? Are you going stealthily? How are you doing this?
Oh, I'm in plate armor, so nothing.
You walk up the stairs. Before you,
I have a slight idea.
I think.
you have a slight
I have a
idea.
slight idea.
So as she starts to walk up the stairs, do you do something different?
Yes.
I know
I
what's
saw-
really stealthy.
You
Oh,
stealth.
it's still so hard.
You roll a stealth check for me.
Oh darn! This is gonna go badly.
1.
That is a 25.
Okay, so here's the deal. As you start to stealthily climb up the stairs, behind you is Jane going, clang, 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 boom, boom, ping, boom, like, hey guys, what are you doing?
We should probably send the rogue first, right?
Because I want to see what's on. We've seen the big door. I want to see what's on the small, the wooden small door. So I'm going to.
You just split the party?
We are splitting the party.
No, just
I'm
no,
following
There's
him.
you open the door, 50,000
Stop,
ping
stop,
pong
stop.
balls.
Hold on. Don't give him any ideas, first of all. Second of all, I'm going to use supernal surge. I'm going to go spectral and go through the door just to see what's on the other side of the door.
Okay.
I'm right behind him.
No, it's fine. I'm just
The
going to
two
go.
of
I'm
you
not leaving
stay behind as these two start climbing up the stairs.
Just give me 2
Where
balls.
are the two of you going?
Did he say he was gonna go look through that
No.
door before we went up?
I
Okay.
didn't have a chance to.
Just did it.
Before you two started climbing the
Yeah, I
stairs.
didn't have a chance.
I forgot that there was a little door. Okay.
Clank,
I feel like I should have go talk to the blacksmith, but you closed the door. He seems so nice.
You can always open the door. And
We can
find
go
it.
talk to the
Oh my
blacksmith.
God, we're splitting
Perfect. Love it. So you walk up to the door where he's spectrally going through. You two open the door to the blacksmith, and you two start climbing up the stairs. Love it.
I don't foresee any way this is going to
1,
go poorly.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Not what I intended to happen.
Okay, you two climb up the stairs.
like
As
it was
you climb
me.
up the stairs before you is a wide expanse of gray flagstones, creating this flat deck before you, okay? The deck is teeming, absolutely teeming with angelic beings and robed clerics, okay, of every sort, different sizes, different shapes. They're all working very hard. It overlooks this sort of cavern. So think of this like observation deck, okay, that's above everything as you climb up the stairs. It's an observation deck sort of looking out. It's overlooking this cavern, which is made of this black spherical stone. And you guys are sort of peeking your heads up and looking at all of this while it happens. In the very center of the cavern, where like the lip of the observation deck goes, is this flickering, shifting crackle of purple energy that lends the entire space this sort of weird, sickly color to it. Okay? So hanging from ropes just beyond the frame is this wooden platform, like 20 feet. So what this is big gray expanse, wooden platform that's past the observation deck with ropes leading off into this purple crackling energy. And occasionally you will see beings put things on the wooden platform, pull the pulley on the rope as the wooden platform gets close to the purple crackling energy, and then just goes through it.
And do we see the wooden platform coming out the other side?
After waiting a few minutes, yes, you see it. You see it come back through with another group of clerics sort of coming through the rope.
And is the thing that they put on the platform still there, or is it gone?
The things put on the platform are not there.
Okay.
God, I just found out I have a shield. My AC just went up.
As long as you don't have any two-handed weapons,
No.
you're fine. And you have more where like spell mastery, you usually need two hands. There are certain feats that allow you to cast spells while you're holding a shield.
Go ahead and take that shield.
They have not noticed this, correct?
They have not noticed you yet.
Great.
Backflip stealthily.
Should we go back? Okay, great.
Okay, let's do that, and then you guys, you walk up to this sort of workspace, and he's just pounding away on the anvil.
This blacksmith, can I roll a history to see if I know kind of like who this person is? I'm assuming everyone thus far has been a deity or an angel of some sort with some hierarchy.
Sure, give me a history check.
Yeah, history check. That is going to be a 26.
You don't know of any sort of deities that look like this or act like this, and there's nothing like mechanical. You know of such things as mechanical golems, you know, but this thing's just sort of pounding away happily on the anvil.
Then I'm just going to just walk up to it and just, Kenko, and I'm going to bow. Just,
Oh my god. Back. Oh my god, I love it.
Build a mighty weapon.
Yes.
Kenko. Name?
Armorer. I'm in charge of maintaining all of the weapons here at the temple.
I'm just going to point around to the room.
Broken weapon.
No, not broken. In fact, pristine order. And he takes one of the swords and he flicks it with his like hand, the gloved sort of metal hand, and it resonates at a frequency. It's like ding. Takes the sword, puts it up.
Friend, foe, you.
Armorer.
You.
Friend?
Kenko.
Is her name Tawny, right? That person we're trying to get after?
Yeah.
Oh no! No one's around. Remember that?
You probably want to go because I got to think of 3 things to say.
You, Tapani friend.
I am the armorer.
Friend armorer, Kenko.
I just realized the two people in this game with limited language skills have gone to go talk to this robot.
Kanko.
Check the camera angle because that table's moving
Yeah.
forward and it's
We've got
Kanko.
to hang it this way.
No, you're good. Alright, let's go to you guys.
Yep.
You make your way into this space. As you make your way into this space, there is a beautiful library in front of you. Lots of books alongside the walls. There's a nice table set up as you walk into the library. Stone door that's behind you. You know, as you walk forward, this beautiful like wooden door seems like it doesn't belong here. There is a open filter into the corridor. Like there's like a nice seat or something like that. In the room, there's nothing currently in the seat.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. Cause I'm still in spectrum form. I'm gonna go back to the door. A bunch of nerds live there. Let's go
Give me
find
a wisdom saving throw.
Nerds live there.
wisdom saving. I'm good at that. That's
Are you?
well, not when the goal before. Yeah, that's a 26.
You feel something
Oh no.
probing at your mind, trying to make contact.
Okay. I'm just gonna get a spectral form. Since I'm still in spectral form, go back to my body and just out the door and get out of there. Especially with the.
I was with his body, just like, cause I know it.
Because she's outside. Spectral form that I can leave my body where it's at.
It wasn't malicious or
It just happened?
beneficial. It was just something trying to establish contact.
What was over there?
Library. Something's happened into my head.
Library.
Library.
Something what?
Something was like trying to probe around in my brain.
We should stay away from there then.
Let's go find the bird. Maybe he would know something to do with that. He seems to
Why
know
would
books.
the bird know about the library?
Yeah, but he sounds like he knows books and stuff.
We should have a library at the house. Oh wait,
Funny.
Do we have to?
we're dead, honey.
You two are probably watching the rotation, the guard rotations and stuff like that, trying to establish a pattern. Like, like just one more minute as you're.
Wait. Oh.
As you two were
Before
up
we-
there, like, okay, let's see if the box comes back. Let's see that. What are you guys doing in the armory?
I mean, for me, there's really nothing there. I'm pretty sure I would just leave.
Spares?
There's a bunch of weapons.
But I have a weapon.
Cool.
But I like
I say
weapon.
spares.
Spares?
Yes.
You are not authorized personnel.
Oh no.
You are here for a weapon?
No.
On whose authority?
As the Kenku says with mouthful of food.
Oh shit.
Paper authority.
Like,
Where is paper authority?
is there anything in the room that looks like it's like a work order or anything like that?
No.
Shit.
It is just an anvil.
God damn it.
Oh no.
Ah, god damn it.
Work order.
No, 'cause I mean, I have like
What is a work
extreme
order?
forgery. I can copy anything.
It's not that sort of forge.
Well, I can.
We're gonna bronze our way out of this. We're going
Yeah, two.
Bunch of nerds live there.
I'm just gonna pull out a piece of paper and just start writing down on a. Just
Cool.
whatever.
Do you guys? What do you do as you two come back and you
There's
see these
all
two
the-
at the end of the hallway? You see those two at the end of the hallway, and these two you don't see anymore.
Where's everybody else?
We went to the.
They
I think
went back to the
blacksmith.
armor.
Why? Why did they go back in there? He's big and scary.
He's
We
not
haven't heard
gonna-
him screaming yet.
It's true.
Well, they might be dead.
Well, usually it's screaming then death.
Are you sure?
Screaming
He
and
was
then
real
silent.
big. You might have just gone.
Oh my gosh. So I roll my eyes and then walk down the hallway to where the door is and I fling open the door.
The library door?
No, to where they were.
I'm gonna
blacksmith
follow.
door.
Gotcha. The blacksmith looks up and then continues to work.
I'm gonna hand him like a a work order that says like we need a certain weapon? Like, what are you looking for?
You made a work
Anything?
order.
just like we need a weapon.
It
signed.
just says we need a weapon.
Oh, we got.
Please give one weapon.
At this point, we have
You
people's
have weapons?
names.
He needs weapons.
We have people's names who we've heard thus far.
Whose name are you dropping?
What's the name?
Agma.
What's the name?
That's
of
kind of
the-
like the big.
Agma.
Agma, yeah.
Okay, you're dropping Agma.
Oh no!
Dropping the name of a god?
Or at least just put like the seal of that, or like the seal of Tapani,
Got it.
and then just be like,
Do you have the seal of Tapani?
Thanks for fortune.
Give me a deception check.
This could be real good. Or
I'm very glad I'm here to keep you alive.
Me
Come on,
too.
Chris.
That's a 19.
He looks at the paper. He looks over at you. He looks back at the paper and goes, "This is paper."
Yes.
Kenku. Paper. What?
You sound like a Pokemon.
Work order.
I like that. Avid Pokemon collector to my resume.
Yes.
Yes.
Um,
Great weapon. Him.
No.
And I just start flexing.
He looks over at you and takes the hammer and sort of puts it down at his side, and he goes and just extends his arms outward like this until they both touch the walls. He's like, and then brings the arms back, and then
flex.
We're gonna spend the rest
Weird
of
flex,
the
but okay.
you are in the room.
Well, I just opened the door and
Yeah.
looked in.
Yes,
She
this is
flung
what
it
you
open.
see.
Okay. Are you guys ready to leave now?
Hold on, I want to try one last thing
No,
with this gentleman armor, my buddy friend. I'm going to take my sword. He obviously speaks weapons. I'm going to take my sword and I'm going to show it to him. Can we do anything? I'm on a mission for Tapani. Can we do anything to enhance the sword at all? You seem like a man who knows his craft.
What kind of sword do you have?
Great sword. Plus one.
It's a +1 great sword.
Yes.
He takes it and like sort of scans the room and brings it over to some other swords, and you see a sword that looks lower quality than yours. You see one that looks similar to yours, and then you see a few next to it that are way higher quality than the sword that's currently in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts it down and says, "You do not have clearance to get these weapons."
But I do. I'm gonna try the deception. I'm on a mission for Tapani. She said I'd come to you. Of course, you know what you're doing. Of course, those swords over there seem to have the edge I'm looking for, so to speak.
Sure. Give me a flip. Reaper is a nat 1. It's gonna go shitty.
It's gonna go real bad.
It's gonna be, if I don't do it, it's gonna be a miss. It's Reaper.
He looks at you and goes, "You do not serve Tapani. Please leave the premises."
Oh no, you gave him your sword.
Oh no.
You know, it's okay because he said there's one that looks just.
I'm not going to do that to you. He hands you back your sword.
A gracious DM. Leave
Can
the
I just start
door.
running people like Archbishop?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you can. Give me one more deception check.
Chris, and please fix where I messed up.
She's broken.
Deception 6 and 15.
He extends a hand outward and is going to make an attack against you.
Makes sense.
I deserve
I
it.
deserve that.
I tried.
17 against your AC?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. He rolled real low. He picks you up and just sort of like manhandles you a little bit and just sort of like tries to toss you out of the room. Yeah.
Are you ready?
DJ Jazzy Jeff it up.
Are you ready to leave now?
Go leave.
So I hold the door open and hopefully after they leave I follow them out.
Whoa.
And I look back in and I say, "Sorry about that."
I really want to try to sleight of hand one of these cool swords.
He Uncle Phil'd me, man.
I'm still next to the library.
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't go
by
with
you.
How close are you to the library?
I haven't. I'm not near the.
So these guys all went in the armory
Yeah,
and
'cause
you
you-
stayed next to the library?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to go
Stop the party.
into it.
Yeah, I'd be next to her.
You
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
So I have a little bit of
Because
interest in the
I'm
library.
not trust me in the room.
Both of you give me wisdom saving throws.
Against magic?
Against. Sure.
Good.
So amusing.
Oh, no, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. All right,
I
we're
still
gonna
got
do
one more.
17.
27.
17.
Yes.
You feel a presence probing at the back of your mind, and you sort of push it away.
Bad? Good?
You
Oh, that was her. Great.
hear a voice.
Gecko.
Is it a beautiful voice?
From across the dungeon here. Gecko.
Outsiders,
They know where you
who do you serve? Do you serve the winged
What's the name? Maybe that would help me figure out if that's who I'm talking to. Talking about. I'm sorry. I've never heard voices before.
It's a yes or no.
It's a simple yes.
That's all that is said in your.
Odds reasons.
boss
I'm
just
going
gained 5
into a
levels.
library.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I hate it.
If you don't stop me,
No.
I'm doing it.
No.
Okay.
Bunch of nerds live down.
The door opens. You don't see anything.
Okay.
You
I wanna
don't
walk away from the door.
see anything. But you got something else that would allow you to figure out that there's something in this room. So if you walk away from the door, that's it.
Swag for 20 blazing.
Is it a? Go ahead.
Who do you serve?
The one you speak of.
You serve the winged one.
Famous last words. Gecko.
I mean you no harm. Please leave.
Okay.
I shut the door.
I'm inside.
We don't want to go in there! Oh no, I thought she was still outside the door.
No, she
Oh
wasn't.
fuck, no, I didn't know that.
Bye.
She closes the door behind you. Give me another wisdom at disadvantage.
Okay.
I didn't know she stuck in.
You.
I was very distracted.
Those,
It's
those
21.
You feel a knocking at the door. It's up to you whether you choose to answer it or not. You have the option.
I hear you.
No, you.
No.
Oh, you do?
I
You
feel-
say that out
No,
loud?
I feel feel it, right? I'm speaking out loud. I feel you.
What do you wish from me outside?
Who are you?
I am Cloth.
Is this your library?
It was for a time.
Do you mind if I look? I won't touch anything.
That is fine. I sense the work of the divine on you. Do you possess healing magics?
I do.
Can you heal me?
I feel like I need to save that at the moment.
I could be an ally. Do you?
How could you be an ally?
He drops the invisibility spell, and standing before you is a mind flayer. Tentacles sort of moving about.
one more for the bird.
I do not usually communicate with creatures lesser than I. But for you, I will make an exception. I am a magic user, shunned by my society. was sent here to attack the temple. My brethren were wiped out by the angelic forces. The elder brain, which controls my people, is aware of what Tabani is doing. We mean to stop her, but I need your help.
Can I roll an insight on this?
Absolutely, you can.
Thank you.
Ooh.
28.
He is being very forthcoming with you, or at least appears to be extremely forthcoming with you.
Help Sweenberg out.
Heal me, and I can assist you in your job.
I need some type of assurance that you're not going to hurt me or the people I'm with.
I have revealed myself to you.
That's true.
I have deemed to speak with you when you are lesser than I.
How long have you been dead for?
I am not dead.
He just wounded.
I am hurt.
Oh, I thought it was
I request healing magics. I can bring in an outside force to assist you in your assault. Heal me.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, sure, why not?
Alright. What are you casting and at what level?
How much, would I know how much, like, healing he would need? Like, how does he look?
He
Like-
looks bad.
Like, bad.
Now that he's not invisible, he is bleeding from multiple wounds. You see what looks to be the telltale signs of like dragon, like bite marks. He's also scorched on one half of his body.
These are the mind flayers we saw come in earlier, or part of them.
One of his arms is obviously broken. Like he is bad.
Okay.
Give him some loving.
I'm gonna cast heal,
Give him the juice.
Okay.
which gives him 70 hit points.
This mind flayer, the wounds on his body start to heal. His arm sort of relocates into the socket, and he stretches it out, and you see this arcane energy start to flow around him, and his head sort of rights itself, and you see the tentacles that cover the front side of his face start moving and sort of like tasting the air a little bit, and he says, "Yes, thank you. Our assault was hampered by the power of the wards surrounding the temple. Gaining access directly is impossible, and teleportation has been disrupted. The mind flayers, we've had to attack in small groups. We need to bring down the wards. Bring me to the temple."
Okay then. So we're not like in the temple. We're in the temple. No, we're not.
Bring me to like the sanctuary,
Temple proper.
the first room you were in with the podium and things of that sort.
Okay, I'm gonna walk out of the room with them.
She opens the door as you guys are all coming into the hallway, and as you look, you see Avina, who is standing there, and behind her is a mind flayer.
What the hell is that?
That is wearing robes behind it and sort of levitating on the ground. Its feet are not touching the ground. It's levitating, and it looks like it's following close behind her.
I'm just gonna go poke it.
No.
I think for 5 minutes and you go into a library with another being?
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh man.
All of us are just him?
No, just him.
Just him.
Oh, man.
20, not that.
No, 10.
He touched it. Oh, he touched it. Never mind.
You feel psychic energy assail you as you go to touch this thing, and a blast sort of knocks you off your feet a little bit.
Goddamn
You
it.
take 17 points of psychic damage as you're sort of blasted backwards a little bit.
Not touch
Everyone?
the mind
This
flare.
Touch me again, and I shall eat your brain.
Kenko knows disrespect.
He will not hurt us. Just don't touch him.
Can't
Don't touch
Hands
him.
are ready. Thank you.
I will. He's willing to help us take down the person we're trying to take down.
Mm-hmm.
This is a beast I know, like that I would know about. I feel like just reading like books of information.
Yeah. You guys watch as you are led back to that room where the altar was. The mind flayer comes into the room, and as he does, he touches a hand to the altar, and you see the runes that ignite all about this room. Every available surface is covered in archaic runes, and he goes to press a hand against one of the walls, and you see the runes start to waver a bit, and he brings it back as his hand is badly scorched. He's like, there is something powering the runes.
This is the room with the big purple ball of energy in the middle of it?
No,
No,
that
it's
was
purple.
up the stairs. This is the room where you killed the 3 angels
Okay.
and the guy was standing.
Okay.
He goes over to where the altar is, and he puts a hand forward, and as he does, the altar floats in the air as he lifts it and grabs it out of the ground and throws it. And you see a set of stairs leading downward.
Oh, jeez.
Do you trust him?
No, but he was honest with me.
Alright, let's go.
Down the stairs,
And that's all it took.
He didn't kill you. Okay.
He didn't kill me.
You see a very barren sort of like stone floor, but at a certain point there is a blue shimmering field in front of you, and there are 2 children, both dressed in white, in lush sort of accommodations. One of them is sitting cross-legged on the ground, going like this, with hands out, and you see arcane energy pouring out of the hands. And the other one is sort of standing there, playing with a ball and throwing it up against the wall. And as you come in, they stop throwing the ball, and the ball sort of skitters off to the side, and they look over at you. It is a little girl who's channeling the energy, and a little boy who's just sort of standing there looking at all of you.
I look at the boy and go, hello.
Hello,
Who are you?
I'm Thomas.
Are you going to attack us now?
No, I don't know how to do that.
Okay, well, you're kids. It seems a little odd that you're in a temple, so I just figured that you were going to turn into a monster and attack us.
No, we couldn't get past the barrier if we wanted to.
Oh,
I mean, I guess we could if we wanted to, but we're in charge of it.
Let's reel back down there. Barrier?
Thomas walks forward, and as he does, he places a hand against it, and there is a blue sort of flash and pulse as the barrier sort of bursts into light, and he says, my sister and I, we're naturally good at this.
I'd like to insight.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Oh, that is going to be a 24.
He's sincere.
Do they look human?
They look human.
Why would they get a couple of kids to guard a barrier? What are you?
It's our blood. We're just naturally good at it. One of us is always doing it while the other one sort of keeps watch.
Where are you from?
I don't remember. We've always been here.
Is there something off about what these kids look like, or is it just like?
Yeah, they look human.
Can I roll a history check?
Give me a history check.
That is going to be a 26.
There are certain individuals throughout the course of history that I'll wait till you two are
I
done.
did math for him.
I know you did.
She won't stop teasing me. Okay,
There are certain people throughout the course of history that magic is so in tune and so in touch with their bloodline that they are just innately powerful. It's usually mostly found in children, and as you get older, you sort of grow out of it. For whatever reason, these children must be insanely connected to warding magic, and what he says makes sense. You've heard of it in the past.
And is this something that I would know that they wouldn't? I mean, obviously from the history.
Yes, a little
So
bit.
that I'd have to like.
Yes.
Kids are very strong. Kids magic strong.
What's the barrier for?
To protect us from monsters. Like
Protect you from monsters?
him. And he points over the shoulder at the mind flayer.
Can we walk through the barrier?
No.
Why
How do I
not?
know you're not monsters?
Well, I'm not a monster.
Kenku.
He's just a bird.
Give me a persuasion check.
You have to persuade them that you're a bird.
The one with the lowest charisma.
I also have a negative
I
one.
would have been better off doing an intimidation check. That's a -1. 11.
No, I think we're gonna keep the barrier up.
Well, what does the barrier protect? What's back there?
Nothing. It's the barrier that protects the entire building, the entire temple.
Well, we're already in the temple, so why bother?
I can check.
Because my outside forces cannot enter. If you want to assail the temple, we have to drop the barrier.
Outside protect them, then protect outside.
He's speaking words. I understand the
Outside?
word.
Are you
Protect
protecting the
them,
outside or are you
Then
protecting?
protect
Oh.
outside.
This is foolish. We are wasting time.
We need to get in there, so we need to figure it out. So, give us some time.
I try walking through the barrier.
You try walking towards the barrier. As you do, there is a scream of shock and from the little girl who sort of looks up and sees you trying to make your way through the barrier. Give me a Constitution save.
Oh, that was so good! Oh my god, that was so robbed. You were robbed.
That's a 16.
Oh my god, that was robbed.
Yeah, you start to push through and you feel this sort of like push as the little girl starts to sort of push back and you just can't sort of cross across the threshold.
Can I go
Oh my
spectral
god.
You can certainly try.
through? Sure, we're gonna try to go spectral through it.
You telling me you're going spectral so I can watch your body?
Yeah, watch my butt.
Okay.
So,
Actually, the correct way to say it is I'm going ghost.
yeah.
I want to
Do I need to
pick up the
do it?
ball.
It's over on the other side. Like think of like a blue force field sort of.
Oh, it's on the other
separating
side of the barrier.
you. Yeah, two kids on the other side. Yeah.
Do I need to con save from going spectral?
You do.
Okay. Do I get advantage of being spectral?
No, you do not.
Had to ask.
Do you want your ball back?
That's definitely, that's 2.
You say you want your ball back?
That's
It's like, what ball?
4. So 4.
You try to push through, but it's still holding you there.
Yeah.
What ball?
The ball you were playing with.
I still have it.
Where?
And he walks over to where the ball is and sort of like picks it up.
So he goes through the barrier.
Yeah, he goes over and he picks it up and then sort of comes back through the barrier and like holds the ball. And he throws the ball.
And I throw it to the little girl.
She's closes her eyes and it hits her.
Great.
And for a brief second, the barrier drops. As it does, the mind flayer makes a break for the two children to get across the way to the.
Wait, to attack them?
I can't
So
believe all
he
you
makes
do.
a break towards where the two kids are. Does anybody do anything?
Yes.
Stepping through.
I'm gonna try to grab him.
Grab the mind flayer?
Yes.
Alright, give me an attack roll.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, never mind.
That is a 27.
You manage to grab onto the back of this thing, and I imagine this is a grapple
Yeah.
check, right? Cool. As you grab onto it, he sort of, amidst all odds, sort of manages to take both of his hands and sort of push backwards against you and shrug off the cloak he's wearing and continue to get into the rope.
Well, no, that's the thing. I have to roll to hit, and then it's an opposed grapple. From
It
that.
is an opposed grapple.
So hold on, let me roll that. Yeah, I rolled a 1 on the opposed grapple.
I rolled a nat 20. So,
Well, I tried.
Don't even roll.
he makes his way across to the other side and grabs the little girl
Oh, God.
up by the front of her cloak. And as she starts crying, she's upset, and she goes, you have to understand, we need this. We cannot have a barrier.
I'm gonna attack him.
Okay.
100%. Bonus action to.
I'm gonna try to grab the little girl.
Ignite my
I
rapier.
wait.
Okay.
Maybe a disarm type action for that? For her thing.
Ooh,
Oh, that is going to be 28.
28 hits.
This is going to take a while for damage. It's sneaky.
Because A little over 70.
I'll say this. As you run forward and sort of ignite the sword and take a slash at the Mind Flayer drops the little girl. It's going to take however much damage you roll, but as that happens, the little girl and the little boy sort of look at each other and they say, we will drop the barrier. We will drop the barrier. Just let us go.
Cool. I'll protect you.
And they sort of nod their heads and they go, we'll hide under the bed.
Go.
They go to hide under the bed.
Thought with the think fast.
The roll damage on
Yeah.
this attack.
Oh, that was a 2 already. Okay, so 2's. Hold on. This-
Go legend.
Someone who's gonna help us. I'm just gonna die.
Go.
Yes, Kangaroo.
Go.
No, Mind Flayer.
Oh, that's not the right one. Sorry.
Mind Flayer count as one word or 2 words?
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. Woo!
What?
What's your new battle cry? Woo!
Don't roll too high here. This is
Well.
gonna go poorly. Oh, this is good.
I said I was sneaky.
Yeah,
so.
no, do it.
Live your truth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There goes all the
6, 7,
healing magic.
8.
Just super sneaky AF. Plus 17 stuff.
55.
Plus 17
And-
acrobatics.
And
Oh no.
I don't. We'll do the last 2. That 3 of that is fire damage.
Oh, God.
Okay, so he takes a big hit as she sort of Defilia runs forward and shoves this sword through, and you see it sort of cut through. He stops and looks down at himself and sort of covers the wound, and he says, "You have helped the love of the lords. I grant you time." And he disappears. And the little kids go hide under the bed, and as you all climb up into this temple, you're hearing
Oh, Jesus.
you're hearing screams coming from that side hallway that you guys didn't explore. You're hearing commotion coming from somewhere up above you. And occasionally a Mind Flayer will pop into the room, sort of look over at you and do this like sort of hissing sound, and then look at her and then turn as if it's hearing something from far away and move off in another direction as the Mind Flayers have begun their assault on the temple.
Get squid people. +1. Give me-
Oh, what's in this room?
There's nothing in this room. You are back in the temple area, the little like church sanctuary area. You can go back to that hallway where the forge was and the stairs leading up.
so, what did you guys see
It
upstairs?
just hit me how good and bad of a thing this is. What we just did is.
Big platform, big purple energy in the center of a big giant room.
When she says big purple energy on the other side of the room,
Something like resonate?
something resonates within you and says this is probably the transport to the plane. That other plane, that plane that she was trying to stop, that Tefani was trying to eliminate, like this was probably their conduit from this point in the Underdark to that other plane.
What is it, boy?
Did you put on the well? Purple. Big. Denko. Go.
That's a big purple you?
Us. There.
Go
To the purple thing?
there.
We need to go.
Us.
Us.
What'd you
Us.
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 Ah.
Big purple ass.
Us.
To the giant purple thing.
We should go to the
Maybe
giant purple
Up
oven.
the stairs.
Denko.
Maybe I should go first since the Mind Flayers know I'm not trying to hurt them.
Well, anymore, maybe. Who knows?
Anymore,
We said we
maybe.
have time.
I'm gonna go ahead of everyone.
Or we can
so
check the
we
left
run
door.
any
We
Mind
never went
Flayers.
through. That's an option as well.
I think there's just death over there now.
Yeah, let's just
Okay,
go screaming
let's go to
over
the big
there.
purple room.
There was some cool stuff.
He
There's a
didn't.
whole other NPC that you could ask to be on your side, and
No.
I chose the Mind
you
Flayers.
chose
Not
mine.
now.
That's okay. Yeah, so you guys run up the stairs. As you run up the stairs, there is a fierce battle sort of taking place. The Mind Flayers are sort of fighting against, and you see a sort of straight path to that wooden sort of like trolley that goes across to the other side. occasionally you'll stride forward as you're walking forward. You'll stride forward to this wooden pathway, and a mind flayer will shoot some arcane energy, and there are angels and mind flayers sort of fighting over this central space upstairs. I need dexterity checks as you make your way across the way.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yes, sir.
7.
23.
Get that
23.
21.
8.
21.
21.
19.
19. Alright, the two of you are going to take some hits. A 20 against AC,
Oh yeah.
and then a 17 versus AC.
No.
A
God damn.
29 versus AC. Sorry.
Jesus.
And then a 16 versus AC. That hits too.
Barely.
Okay.
Those loose and
Light armor.
I'm about to get. I still have mine. We're good.
I get that on the clown modifier.
30 points of damage as sort of like amidst the battlefield, you're taking hits as you're running across. 24 points of damage as you just start to move your way across, and none of the mind flayers hit, but a lot of the angels see you making a dash for it. You guys get to the wooden cart, and as you get to this like wooden like platform, I imagine you start pulling the levy across. It doesn't take long because as you start to pull and get closer, you feel a tug on yourselves, and all of a sudden you are past the barrier, past the sort of purple haze, and you are like filled with this weird sort of transportive energy as you wake up in a place that is very strange to all of you. Welcome to Dark Sands. You wake up on a beach. Kind of. It's something that appears to be like a beach. The sand beneath you is whole black. Rather than water waves, it is a thick gray mist that comes in like waves and crashes and then boils off into the air, forming drifting banks of fog. Strange alien keenings and wailing sounds come from off in the distance. Vast shadows seem to be moving on the horizon. Think Stranger Things. These things are like you're in the upside down now, okay? An ancient city begins to peek over the clouds, and you see these floating land masses where all of a sudden gravity cuts out and this entire land mass falls to the ground and explodes, and then time reverses and it goes back up into the clouds and drifts along the other way. The only structure within sight of all of you is a large, tall, dark tower.
Well,
Well, let's go towards the tower.
Stay close together.
Before we go, does anyone need any healing? Is everyone
Ooh,
okay?
you took some damage, yeah?
Not much.
Oh,
Let's say,
Ooh.
I feel like Child Roland.
You didn't take much.
Ooh.
How much can you
It's
do?
I mean, did anybody need a short rest? Because I feel like this might be a good time to do that. And we've
Yeah, we
only
haven't
used
done
one of those hourglasses.
Yeah.
Did we use the hourglass?
Yeah,
we
we're
used
one.
one,
Yeah.
yeah.
We have two.
But we can also use that
Oh, yeah,
mid-battle, right? Like if we need
Yes, we can.
Okay.
All right. Well, then let's head forward. Then
If anyone needs healing, I can still do some
You
healing.
make your way towards the tower, and as you do, it is long steps that look like. Quickest way to describe this is like MC Escher.
Okay.
Okay, steps that sort of lead off into a direction and then twist, and the rules of gravity don't really apply. Doors that sort of open into nothingness, but as you step through, you appear somewhere else in the tower. Amidst all of this, you'll see occasionally men and angels that sit huddled against the wall and seem to be rocking back and forth, and they seem to be talking to themselves.
Do they seem like more damned, distraught? Like, are they
Give
checked
me,
in, checked
give
out?
me an intelligence or Arcana or
I'll go-
medicine if anybody wants to do this.
I'll go Arcana. That's going to be a
What's our Arcana?
27.
What?
plus 9, 25.
25.
You
I got a 6.
you don't pick up a lot.
23.
That's fair. That's fair.
You,
That's Arcana.
you realize that these people are like broken, and you don't know. You think the only thing that might be able to bring them back is like maybe a greater restoration. But they're corrupted. The brain.
There's like a lot of them though.
There's a lot of them, but like maybe one of them with a greater restoration, you might be able to bring back some sort of semblance of intelligence.
Even with a charm person?
You can cast Charm Person.
It's a low
You
one
can
spell.
definitely
You're not
do
gonna
it.
get much with that.
We don't know yet.
Try it.
I'm gonna try charm person.
Cool.
That is gonna be a 12.
You get 2 to 3 words at a time, and you've got charm person.
Yeah. You never know. They say it best when you say nothing at all, y'all.
The person that's sort of ranting and raving sort of stops and looks over at you and sort of tilts their head.
Did he do this to the person that looks like the Greater Restoration will work on?
They all look like a greater restoration could work.
I'm just gonna go up to it and just bow. I'm gonna bow.
What's with them about?
Stars. And when you see and there's the thing and the ritual with you have to there's lots of paper and the paper when we do because it's not here but when you have to and then when it goes around and then stops and then stops
Breathe.
and then
Yes.
it stops and then when it comes around and he just goes on and on.
Your
and on like
name?
this. He keeps.
I
I just wanna give him a hug.
fix one of them.
Yeah, just gonna give him a hug.
Should I help fix
Let's try
an
it.
angel or a human? You said
Give him a
angel
hug.
man,
Can
right?
I like
Return.
hug you,
Go
hugging him?
human.
Go human.
Because we might be able to get more out of.
I can heal their
We're
mind.
hugging the crazy man.
And I want to cast Cure Wounds. Or, like, 'cause, I mean, would that kind of help? I mean, to any sort of degree?
Sure. You cast Cure Wounds. Some of his wounds start to heal up.
So it'll be 1d plus 5, so 11.
Yeah. Some of his wounds start to close.
Do they look different? Like dress differently? Is there someone who like they were like a higher command?
Give me an intelligence. Actually, no. Yeah. You give me an investigation check as you start to search around the room and stuff like that.
Ooh, I
16.
missed this.
You're gonna assist. Do it at advantage. So the two of you start scoping out the room and trying to find somebody.
16.
You look around and it's hard to see. You do see a gentleman off in the corner that's sort of huddled that's wearing the high priest robes. That you noticed that the people that were dead in that one room you came to, that were all sitting in the pews and stuff like
Okay.
that. You see one of those who's sort of sitting there.
Okay,
and it's
I'm
like,
gonna go up to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and cast greater resurrection.
All of a sudden, as the magic sort of flows out from you and it sort of envelops him, he stops and he starts weeping. He just starts
I
weeping
hold him.
and he Saponi is at the very top of the tower. You must stop her. She's carrying out a ritual. She's convinced that given enough time that the far realms, the realms will dominate all the other planes.
Is there what is it? Do you know of any precautions that are in this tower?
No,
Anything?
the spell needs to be cast here in this realm, in the far realms, and you need an incredible source of power. You need something big to fuel it. The material component isn't enough. You need one of the old gods. You need one of the elder beings. She has one. I don't know how they've been hoarding it. Everything, all of the world's knowledge, every bit of written information, they're hoarding it because when the world ends, there has to be a record of it.
So I need an elder god to do what exactly again?
She needs an elder being. She has one, trapped upstairs. And he goes back to being catatonic.
Okay, so what I got from that is that we need a big tower to cast a spell, or they're needed.
Or we need to
She needs a large, powerful source to do this spell. She's captured one of the old gods. An elder being is something that was around at the beginning of creation.
Okay.
Like one of the old elder
Yeah.
gods.
We need to free her.
So what are you thinking?
You have to go.
I have a favor with the god, but I don't know when to cast that.
Well, let's head forward.
We have to go.
Let's move.
Should we talk?
As you climb up the stairs and make your way to this sort of tall building at the tower, you see the ritual taking place. Before you is these arcane sort of sigils that not only seem to be written into the black stone at the top of the tower itself, but seem to float in the air and crackle. There is a rift in the air in front of you. Everything is lit by these purple braziers, and you look at this rift in the air. It is a normal blue sky through this rift, and clouds and the faint warmth of the sun as she has opened a rift back to the material plane. In the very center of the room is Tapani herself, the fallen angel. She is beautiful. She is tall and strong, and ragged white wings seem to grow out of her shoulders, and she wears this torn cloth robe that's trimmed in gold and purple. And above her, suspended from the ceiling by thick chains that seem to glow with this golden energy, is an aberration the likes of which you have never seen. The creature is 50 feet tall.
God damn.
It resembles a giant humanoid that its flesh has been melted and warped. Okay? Instead of legs, it has a mass of tentacles. 2 long, delicate fingers on each hand. Its head is egg-shaped with a snake-like slit for a nose. Looks a little something like that.
Ooh.
It is suspended from the ceiling in front of you.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I've come across what this person might be, or what spell she might be using to...
Sure.
I'd like to do the same being part Celestial, see if I know what this is.
Yep.
I know shit.
Not part Celestial. Don't know anything
That's
either.
gonna be a 13.
Nope. You have no idea what this thing is. It is one of the oldest looking, craziest looking things you've ever seen in your
Can I
life.
do a religion check?
You can do a religion check. Go ahead. As you're looking at it, all of you, I would say you, and you, who are a little bit more on the practical side of things, notice that all of the chains supporting this thing sort of coalesce at a center point in this creature's mass, which is a gold padlock. And you see this golden padlock sort of in its chest, and as you enter into the space, it sort of looks over at you, and these chains sort of stretch and flex.
Does it seem pain?
It doesn't seem in pain, but it is not able to move.
Yeah, 19.
19?
Yeah. I don't know at all.
Can I look over it and go, listen, I'm having a really crappy day. I just found out I died. Can we just get this over with?
Kanko.
Gosh.
Hi.
Yes, of course. Welcome. You've been making your way through the temple.
We have.
I am Tapani, and I understand why you're here. I do. You've been traveling the far realms, and it's hard to gauge the passage of time here. For me, it seems like a few minutes. It might have been years or longer. The world is ending. The far realms are reaching ever outwards. Monstrosities are invading the realm. You've seen it. You've killed these creatures, and the only thing the far realms need before they overtake the prime material plane is time. So I'm going to fix it. I've studied chromancy, and I'm going to stop time on all the other planes. This is not a bad thing. This is me saving the world and saving humanity.
Insight.
Yeah.
17.
She believes everything she's saying.
Well, we were sent here to stop you, so we're going to do that now.
I understand. And this is something I knew that you would probably have to do. However, could I make a counter offer?
Sure.
You're going to die.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You don't have to.
What do you mean?
Time will stop here on this plane. You could make a life for yourself. When you are done, you will head back to the prime material plane and die. You could carve out a new life here.
What's here for us? Literally nothing. There's
Life?
weird stairs downstairs. Wait, what does this have to offer for us?
I could make this whatever you need it to be.
Hang on a minute. Everybody that we know and love is going to die. My cat is going to die, and she does not deserve to die yet. She's like a year old. So can we just do this now?
Have you books?
I have books.
Rare books?
As rare as can be. Do you draw your weapon?
I draw my weapon.
Okay, she attacks. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
The rest of us sitting here considering it.
Not 20.
Alright, kids. Welcome to the final countdown.
Ooh, I rolled a nat 1 for the first time, yo. First time, daddy-o.
So there were 3 criticals, 2 crit successes and 1 crit failure.
We're really bad at initiative rolls, honey. Like a terrible initiative roll.
But he likes books and knowledge.
What'd you
How
get?
can he choose if he's gonna
doesn't-
die?
Alright, 20 to 25.
Nat 20.
Yeah,
What do you have? The nat 20
Plus 5. 25.
22.
22. Okay. So Punny's still going first.
What?
I'm still going first.
Punny rolled a 28.
Oh, jeez.
20 to 15.
That's me,
So
18.
Dex is at least an 8.
15 to 10. Kids. 10 to 5.
I got an 8.
I also got an 8.
Roll off.
You can go first.
Cold cookie.
I'm rolling.
1.
Nat 1.
Oh,
A total of 4.
yeah, I went first.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
first.
it's still a 4 one.
Alrighty.
How's it going?
I don't have to fight, right?
He just wants books.
I mean,
Yeah.
like,
It's
I kind of don't want to die.
it's kind of also the truth. My character wouldn't want to
Hey.
die if it can
Now would be
study.
a great time to call him the favor.
Alright, Tapani
For
will
what? For what? Give me a
Tapani
reason.
will walk forward, and as she does,
Not by name, God,
she is going to take a swing at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You. That is a actually 5. Yeah. That is a 27 to hit.
Hits.
Okay.
Barely.
Uncanny dodge. Okay. Uncanny dodge is an attack you can see. So how about this? You take 49 points of damage. And you can have that to
30.
No.
No, that'd be
20.
It's unusual
That'd be
for things cut in
25.
half from
Yeah.
29 to be 30.
Um,
Never mind. I completely misheard.
as she does, she's going to take another swing. She's going to take a swing at you.
Okay.
That is a nat 20.
Oh. Can I use my?
I'm
can
gonna
I
not
dispose
stand
advantage?
by you. I'm gonna go to fucking.
Can I use a blood
Oh, wait.
curse to dispose advantage as a reaction?
Oh, no saving throws, right?
Oh, she has disadvantage
Why?
because I have my cloak of displacement.
Yeah, that's true. You haven't taken any damage.
Cool.
Yep.
Nice.
That is. It is
Never mind.
not a nat 20.
Oh,
It is a 31 to hit.
that's, yeah, it's gonna hit. It's not a crit, at least.
I am also going to use
I
my
won't use my
reaction
curse then
when
if
you're
you get
done.
that. No worries.
Because I'm within 5 feet of him. And she just hit him, right?
Yes, she did.
So I can use my reaction with Sentinel? Is that correct?
Because.
Because I'm within 5 feet of him and she just hit him. Any creature within 5 feet makes an attack on another target. I get a reaction and
Are you
melee
with-
attack.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I will say.
Yeah, after she's
I will
done.
say that you two are standing right next to each other. Then
That
and
sounds
then,
about right.
And then we'll
Okay.
establish that way because there's only so many people that can be crowded around.
Got it. I
Or-
just assumed we were all together.
Yeah. You're all
I could be
together,
wrong.
but like you're next to him.
Yeah, I figured it was the rogue and the 2 frontline fighters in the front, and then the squishies behind.
54 points of damage.
Okay.
And that.
Oh, is that I have resistance against?
No,
oh, and I'm
not
not raging.
raging.
You're right. I'm not raging.
All right. Not yet.
Damn.
Okay. Yes.
My
next attack.
reaction is a 15 plus 28.
That hits.
That
I don't
hesitation
like that
really scared me.
hesitation.
Okay, that was a 6 plus 7. 13.
13 points of damage.
Yep.
What weapon are you using?
I'm using my +2 greatsword.
Okay. You're doing. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. All right. That's your move. Hill.
Oh god.
That's not my move. That's my reaction.
That's your reaction. No more reaction from you, so she
Yes, I
moves
know.
past you.
Okay. I'm gonna use my rapier flame tip. Also using bonus action to ignite it.
Okay.
That is gonna be 27.
Yes, that hits.
Great. All right. This is taking a while.
While you roll that damage,
Yes.
Tinker, it is your move.
I will be raging
Okay.
as a bonus action and then attacking.
Yes.
Just had it. Where is it? Oh, well. That's a total of 26.
To hit?
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay.
Well, roll some damage. You want to make all 2 attacks or 3 attacks?
It's 2 attacks.
2 attacks. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you bonus action raged and then make 2 attacks.
Same thing, another 26.
Alright, roll damage for me.
So that is 14 necrotic plus 20 damage and 21 damage. So it's 41 plus 14 is a total of 55 damage.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Can I use my passive perception because it's better than
Sure, what's your passive
16.
perception? You know what, it's weird. Your punches aren't
It's dragon leg.
Your dragon leg isn't seeming to have as much of an oomph as it's had on other demons.
Oh
in the
no. Oh no. I know what she's got. Okay. That's legit.
35 points of damage and 8 points of fire damage.
past. Is your weapon magical? Is it a +1 or it is the flame? It's the flame.
Yeah.
So how
that
much?
of 8 for that,
Okay.
and then 35 for the rest.
Yeah, she's looking good. Tracy.
All right. I am going to attack. I am also going to use an action surge, so that's actually going to be 8 hits.
Okay.
That was a nat 20.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. First attack.
Do you want me to roll the rest and like all the hits, or do you want me to do this one?
No,
first?
no, no. You're good. Roll all the hits.
Okay.
But
So,
yeah.
20. Okay. That one was a 27.
Okay.
Another nat 20.
Hey.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay. That is a 25.
Okay.
I'm good at hitting things.
That is a 19, which is a crit.
It's 3 crits.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a nat 1.
Cool.
That's another nat 20.
Wow.
Anyway, we're done.
It's been good, folks.
It's been a great
So
game.
how fine of a miss does she turn into?
That's a 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's my 8 hits.
Wow, that's a boring.
However,
You
one
guys.
time per turn, if I get a critical hit, I also get a bonus melee weapon attack. So there's one more. One time per turn. That is a 13 plus 26 for the last one.
Yes, that is.
Okay. So
God.
the only one that didn't hit was the nat 1, like the 27, the 25, 28, and 26 hit, or the 25 did not,
Those all hit except the nat 1.
except the nat 1. Okay.
Yes.
So what do
Can
you want me to do?
just start
How do you want me to
rolling
do this?
damage?
Okay. So
Oh, Tracy.
okay, so the first one is going to be 6 plus 7. So 13 for the first one.
Okay.
Second one, oh, I was supposed to roll that twice. Sorry, that was wrong. 5 plus 5. So 18 for the first one. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'll keep track of all of this so we can add it up at the end. The second one is 17.
Doubled or just
No,
17?
just 17.
All right.
The third one is 5, 14 plus 7, 21 for the third one.
Okay.
The fourth one is
Goddamn
8, 15, 15 for the next one.
Okay. Is that doubled or just
Nope,
Really
just
good.
15.
You hear Grim
Yeah, I'm
Grim.
giving you the total for the double totals.
All right.
Don't
Okay,
remember
the next
Tracy
one
said,
is
hey, I'm gonna break your game.
10, 17,
No. Jane just broke the game.
24 is the next one.
Okay.
Jesus.
The next one misses. The next one is 11,
15, 11 plus 13,
24.
24.
And he dies.
The next one is
I think that's.
nope. I'm
This
writing
is
them down.
it.
No, there's one more after this. I'll go through and let you know.
She's legitimately writing them
I'm
down.
writing down
Alright,
each one.
alright.
9 plus 7. The next one is 16.
Happy
Okay.
life.
And the
Happy
last
life.
one, which was that bonus melee weapon hit, which I get 1 time per turn,
Mhm.
is a 10 plus 17.
My God.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Add it all together, and what is the
How
spell?
much damage did she get?
How much swear monster?
I'm going to add it up right now.
She's adding it up right now. That was her turn, and you guys just watch as Jane just goes like, "I gotta save my cat," and just starts tearing at Tapani. As she does, Tapani stumbles backwards a little bit with every blow, and then with the last blow, she sort of cuts down the center. And as she does, she hits her knees, and with her last sort of breath, she sort of exhales a little bit, and then looks up, and her eyes go black. And as she does, she outreaches a hand, and everybody here needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I'm gonna use
That was
the
152 points of damage.
Oh God.
I'm gonna use the reaction for the blood curse, so I'm gonna get the +3 on the dex save.
Okay, +3 on dex save.
I'm using up all of my luck
okay.
for the rest of forever. It's a nat 20 for a total of 25.
Okay, that doesn't make it.
Really?
It's
Fuck.
a 29.
Everybody else.
17.
Fuck
You rolled a nat 20?
Yeah.
You rolled a nat 20, so you automatically make it.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
29.
29?
Oh god, if you didn't make it.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like,
29.
it's
makes
possible.
it.
17.
Fail.
Dexterity check?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an 18.
Okay.
7.
No.
29.
No. So you all take 47 points
Wait,
of...
me?
No, not you.
I was about to
These
be like-
guys. 47 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
You don't take any damage.
Okay.
She then reaches a hand, and as she does, the elder being swings on chains until it is placed over everyone. When it does that, the elder being starts emanating this magical energy. It reaches a hand down and does. Actually, no. She reaches up a hand, an invisible hand, and tugs on the chain. Jane, give me a charisma saving throw.
Hey, Will.
Did I take damage there?
You did.
Okay.
No, you took half that damage.
So it was
22.
okay.
18 minus 1 is
Psychic
19.
damage, so it does not get half.
Yeah.
What?
I'm also not
17.
raging, so
17. Jane, you are confused. Which is gonna suck because you don't know who's a good guy, who's a bad guy. So this is not gonna go great. As you are within the presence of the elder being, weird stuff starts happening as the fabric of reality starts shifting a little bit. It is Audie, it is your turn. I need you to roll a d6 for me at the start of your turn.
guys, I think time just got all wibbly wobbly.
3.
Timey wimey.
Audie, you step forward, and as you step forward, all of a sudden gravity is gone, and you start flying upwards into the sky. For the majority of your turn, you can cast a spell if you want to. I'm going to make you roll anything at disadvantage, but you fly 60 feet into the air as gravity
Do I fly like into the elder being?
60 feet per turn. You bump into the elder being and keep flying past it. So now
There's no roof to this thing.
there's no roof to this.
We're on the top of a tower.
Oh, I couldn't have tried to
You
make
still have your turn if you can cast anything, but you are flying at a rate of 60 feet per turn.
Okay,
You have feather fall.
I cast my anti-magic field,
Okay.
which in a 10-foot radius around me stops all magic.
Huh. Okay.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's gonna hurt, Polly!
I'll say it takes you 6 seconds to cast it. You cast it, and then you fall the 60 feet down.
Can I try to catch her?
If you burn your turn,
Done.
give me a strength saving throw. I'll give you athletics here.
Athletics? Oh, yes.
I'll give you athletics here.
That's 16?
Yes, you will mitigate the damage here. I'll say you each take 10 points of falling damage as it's
So that stays up for up to an hour with the concentration. Anything in the 10-foot radius around me, because if I move, it moves with me.
Yeah.
No magic energy. No magic can be cast within the 10 feet circle.
Got it.
All magic comes near it, stops,
Got it.
and like magic items also.
Any of the edicts or any of the blood maledictions that you had up and running are gone and done.
Okay. No,
So
I didn't
leave it
have.
away from me.
I didn't have anything active at the time.
Got it. All right, that's Audie. Chris, it is your turn.
Is she within 10 feet of
So-
the elder thing?
She is.
You grapple the other thing.
Chris, give me a D6.
I got you.
4.
That was my
Cool. Go ahead and do your turn how you would normally do it.
Sweet. So, because talking is a free action, Crux no die. Crux want books. Books make safe.
She points at the rest of the people in the party.
Oh, you bastard.
no.
Her? Them?
That's all the time you have. If you're going to do a move, you need to do.
Okay, then I'm gonna wild shape into a black bear.
Okay.
And God, who's closest to me?
You depend on the party.
And that's the only person close to me. She's not close to me at all.
You got either one.
Oh God.
Chris. Kenku, my friend.
Who wants books, not friends?
He wants knowledge more than anything else.
Do you want to take a turn to think about this? Like he's almost like he's wrapped by the decision.
Yeah, like he's.
All right.
Yeah,
He's frozen. You turn into a black bear. You turn into a black bear.
Yeah.
You're sort of frozen
Cool.
and safe. As you think. It's Hani's turn. She will look at her and look at all of you and scream out. And as she screams out, she reaches in her side and pulls out that key. And as she pulls out the key, she says, "You've been lied to. You've been lied to." And she shoves a hand off to the side, and as she does, she brings forth the angel from before that was in that room casting the spell. And she's like, "Tell them. Tell them." And as she does, she squeezes onto his neck, and he screams out, and he's like, I'm sorry, I had to do it. Time doesn't like being messed with." And she snaps his neck. She says, "You didn't know the price you were paying. This isn't a you go back to your death. This is you are erased from time. No one will remember you. The songs being sung of you will not be sung. Every good that you did, every bad that you did, all of it is erased. Time has a way of correcting itself. So you choose. You choose. You can stay here, or you can do this, and no one will remember your name."
But you'll be gone.
And she, with that, your cat finally like jumps through the portal. She shoves the key upward. As she says, "But you'll be gone." She shoves the key upward, and the divine horror is the elder being is released. And as it does, she reaches up a hand and opens herself up to being consumed by it. And the elder being and Tapani merge.
Of course.
It wasn't even her final form.
It wasn't even her final
Her
form.
power levels reached 9,000.
Into the divine horror.
Ooh. Hey, giant skeleton man.
It's about that healing.
That is her turn. Hillary, I need you to roll a d6 for me.
Immediately she's back.
Turned.
5.
able to go as well.
We're gonna do the same thing. Oh, I am going to use luck to reroll that.
Okay.
That's gonna be 25.
Okay.
25 to hit.
25 does not hit.
Great.
Okay. Tinker, go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
6.
Give me a DC 18 Charisma saving throw.
Well,
Oh no.
I need to roll a 17 or better. That's a 10, so a total of 11.
You are dominated. As this creature takes over your mind, I need you to go ahead and make some attacks against...
Why don't you do it?
Tango.
Cancun.
Yeah, you're going to go over there and make attacks against your Blood Hunter friend over there. Take all of your attack rolls against him.
I'm gonna pose disadvantage on him.
You have no magic. You're next to me.
Oh yeah, next to you.
Yep,
Next to you.
these are at full strength, big guy.
Thanks, babes.
Thanks for catching me. Sorry about that.
17.
Yep.
And the second attack, that's a 26.
Well, that barely hits.
Unfortunately, you're also the first creature I've attacked this round.
Oh boy. Tell me more.
So you take 12 necrotic.
Okay. Well, I got resistance to necrotic, so it's only 6.
And you also take, that'd be 17 bashing
Okay.
and 18 bashing.
Roll a d10 for me.
Alright.
17, 18, and 6.
7.
17, 18, and 12.
Why?
Oh, 6, yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Is it bad?
No, I'm still up.
Okay.
Barely. I'm still up.
You go to swing at your sword, but then all of a sudden, oh my god, she summoned a big black bear. And that bear was sent to attack you.
I told you I was going to attack you.
So unleash all of your attacks against the big black bear, please.
And she said this today.
I
She
did
goes,
say
I
this
am going
today."
to come at you hard. She told me that so many times. No phrasing. She had just said it.
First of all, for you.
How many attacks do you have?
What?
How many attacks do you have?
4.
You better, you better make this shit count, bro.
Okay. It's my turn, right? It's my turn. Okay. That the first hit is an 18, so that's a crit.
Oh.
The second hit is a.
Even if it's 19,
That's a 27 to hit.
that
I
hits.
have a plus 13 to hit. The second one's the third one's a nat 1, and the fourth one is a nat 20.
Oh
So 50% of your
So
rolls were
It's
crits.
2 crits and 1 regular. So the first crit is
You don't need to roll those.
no. Okay.
She runs forward, and as she stabs through, the damage is such that it goes through all of the wild shape, and it immediately cuts through to the core of your being, and you fall to the ground dead.
Oh no! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Birdman down.
Birdman is
I'm so
down.
sorry.
Oh no.
I'm confused.
Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
I was
Top 10
confused.
enemy betrayals.
So wait, it bypasses death saves?
Bypasses that save.
Oh my god.
Oh
Oh my god.
Make a DC 18 Charisma saving throw.
That was a 7 plus minus 1, 6.
Okay. So after she stabs him, she takes her sword and puts it down to the side and puts her hands behind her back and just sort of lays down on the ground, face down on the ground, laying prone with her sword off to the side.
She's disarmed now.
It will take several attacks against Jane at advantage.
Oh
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
This is a 37 to hit.
Yeah. Oh, just barely.
You
yeah.
take 50 points of damage. 24 of that is bludgeoning, and 50 of that is, and 36 of that is psychic damage.
Okay.
You also take. Oh, that was a poopy roll. That was only a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that still hits me.
Yeah, you take
I'm trying to think. There's some way to combat this.
42 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll kill
no.
me.
Do I get to get my?
The
Can
worst
I use
part
my
is
second wind? No, it's a bonus
Even if
action.
you
so I
manage
can't do it until
to
my-
Alright.
drop to 0 hit
Oh,
points,
no.
Audie,
I'll
your
keep
turn.
fighting until my rage ends. Oh no.
You're dead. You're face down on the ground.
It's a tough day to be a cleric, huh?
It's a tough day to be a cleric.
Are we all still
Can you
clustered?
resurrect him?
These two are off to the side. She ran up to try to stab her, and then she. So as far as I know, the four of you are still standing because no one has said they are moving away from their positions.
The only ones that are
killed you.
further
You
out
two are further away. She fell. You ran over and caught her. You're a little further away.
cool.
Well, I'm over by them because I attacked
Yeah,
him.
Yeah, so you're over there. These three are grouped, and you guys are grouped.
Love you, but still.
I'm sorry.
That hurts. I don't have a lot of those. I need that blood. I need that extra blood.
Can you bring him back?
Ignores that stage.
Technically I can, but he was going to double cross us. So
You don't know that yet.
technically we can't. However, he was on his way to attack us.
Audie, I need your move.
Fuck, I'm going to. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you don't know what his move was. So.
He said out loud, like, you give me books?
Yeah.
I say here.
Oh,
like,
oh, okay, that. Never mind.
I need. You're really down, right? So you need healing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it would
okay.
be
I'm
bad.
gonna heal her. I'm going to use. Where is my.
Alright, while you look at this, Ryan, you are up next.
Okay. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a bonus action to go ahead and get my sword going and radiant damage and if it's done.
You cut your hand, you do the 20 points of damage to yourself, and you ignite the sword into radiant damage, but the radiance does not take effect.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to use my my actions for necrotic shower.
Do you want to move away from her and try that?
Yes.
With my turn, I'll be dropping my. With healing, I'll be dropping.
That's
it.
a good idea. Yeah, say that.
It's dropping. It's
Okay,
dropping as I'm
perfect.
healing.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so you have a radiant damage sword.
I completely forgot about that.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to, as one of my actions, I'm going to use necrotic shroud. So
Okay.
it frightens things within 10 feet.
Okay.
I'm going to move away from her.
Got
and
it.
still like kind of go around it, so I'm pivoting around.
Perfect. On his turn, we'll rectify that.
I cast my Mass Cure Wounds on. It's anyone within 30-foot radius of me that's like my ally.
Who? She is not. Are you moving towards her under the gaze of the
It's
divine
60
aura?
feet.
60 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you heal for how much?
It's 18, 19, 20, 20, 22.
Thank you.
Oh, is
Is
it
that for
just
everybody?
her?
No, everybody.
Oh.
Everybody.
Ooh, 22.
Does that include me?
It does.
Okay.
I'll say it does.
I'll take
Thank
that
you.
extra
Oh,
little
wow.
health back. Thanks.
Wow.
Oh, smooth. Oh, I forgot I could do that now.
What you doing, Bubba?
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use the necrotic shroud. So that gives me next. That frightens everyone within a 10 foot, and that is until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
I also once per turn can have one attack, one spell to 20 extra necrotic damage on the target. If I'm looking at this, this being.
It is now standing up in front of you. It's shorter than it was before, but they have now molded together to
the
form some
chains
sort
are
of
gone,
weird.
there's no
the
padlock.
chains are gone.
You know what? I'm just gonna kind of go for it. I'm gonna use my last supernal surge to go ahead for 3 attacks on it.
All right. Roll your attacks for me.
And since I'm below a fourth of my health, all my crimson dies are maximum.
There you go.
So, oh, it's a nat 20.
That'll hit.
That one's not gonna probably hit. That's a 17.
17 doesn't hit.
But the 27 will.
The 27 will.
Cool.
Barely.
Wow.
All right. So let's rack some numbers up.
Yeah, you notice as Mordecai runs forward and takes a swipe at this thing, some of the golden ore around it starts to fade a little bit as these attacks land and get close to it. Chris, let me know how much damage you do. Over there, Ryan. After you're done.
Nope. Where's
Chris, time restarts. And you repeat the actions from your previous turn, and your body forms into that of a black bear and sort of resets, and you are now standing there trying to figure out what you are going to do with yourself, and that is your turn.
What the shit?
Oh my gosh.
What the shit?
That is your move. Hillary, your turn.
Just because we still have the 2 stop time for an hour things. By the way.
How much damage does everybody have? No, not yet.
Are you still within range of this thing? Like you're still like up?
I have
Okay, move. Okay, roll a d6 for me.
And then plus 20.
5.
Okay.
Okay. I need you to give me a DC. Give me a dexterity saving throw, which is actually in your wheelhouse.
For the crit. Do I
Double your dice.
I double the dice, but do I double the oath damage as well?
No.
Okay.
If it's dice that you roll, yes, you would double that.
Okay, then absolutely.
22. The ground beneath you starts to liquefy, but you manage to dodge out of the way in time. You have your full action and your movement here.
I'm going to do the same. Sneaky sneak with the. I am not going to use a bonus action and ignite it though.
Okay. Once you ignite it, it's ignited if you want.
Oh, wait. Oh,
I
once
believe
do
it's
it?
it's
oh,
on.
Perfect. Then
Alright.
I'll leave that at that. So it's a. I'm gonna use luck because I didn't like that roll.
All right.
And I didn't like that one either. But it's a 25.
25 hits.
Oh, thank God. Okay, great.
How much?
75.
75 points of damage. Well done, Mordecai.
It'll take me a little while to do this.
You start rolling up damage for me.
Yes, and once I'm done.
Tinker.
Bonus action. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm
Disengage
run away.
Disengage
Yeah.
and run away. You got it.
Disengage.
Run to the other side of the room.
Tinker,
Run away!
you are currently frightened.
Well, it's a DC of 15.
But you're raging, and I don't believe that you can be frightened when you're raging.
Actually, it doesn't say that.
It doesn't say that?
Nope.
Okay, so give me a wisdom saving throw against that 15.
Okay, I'll roll my wisdom of 0.
Cool. Roll 14 for me, please.
That's a nat 20, unfortunately.
You managed to break through that fear, and you don't know why he was hitting you, or why you were hitting him, but you have full control of your body back.
Hey! Don't hit me again!
You are somewhat far away. You could use your movement to run up to the Divine Horror if you so choose.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Alright, run up and give me some attack rolls, please.
Well, as you said, it's a bonus action to use the potion, right?
Yes, it is.
I would like to do that as my bonus action.
Do that, and let me know how much.
What is the healing on this potion? Oh, hold on, I can look it up.
I think it's 8d4 plus 8.
8d4 plus 8. Gosh, hold on. Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11.
Somebody can look in their inventory and double check that.
12.
Did you get how much damage you did?
Yes,
13,
32 piercing and 7 of fire.
15,
Bless you.
18,
Correct.
22,
That crit makes so much sense.
23.
How's she looking?
Great. Cool.
Okay, so 25.
She's looking less than her 330 that she had to start with.
Beautiful.
One would say a third.
Oh, no,
if you're
no,
counting the math.
Tracy, you're up.
Okay, the first I'm
Oh,
thinking.
hold on.
Go ahead.
I have attack rolls to make, right?
Oh, yeah. Make some time.
Sorry.
Go, go, go.
I'm gonna do reckless attack, which gives me advantage on my attack rolls.
Reckless. I love it.
So that's 17. Or sorry, the 30 on the first roll.
30 hits.
Okay. And second roll is a higher. It's a 19 on the die, so it's 30.
No, that hits as well.
Yeah.
So roll damage on those two
I
attacks.
can't math. Okay, so that is
okay.
14 radiant.
14 radiant.
Mm-hmm. Plus, that is 19 bludgeoning and 14 bludgeoning.
Okay, it's not doing a lot, but it's doing something. You're making a chunk.
I also let out a rebel yell as I do it.
Yes, you did. All right, it's going to. Who's grouped together? 1, 2, 3. You gone. You missing.
I think it's me.
Everyone had run away from
Are
her.
you up
so.
fighting the thing?
Yeah, I think it's just me and Tinker at her feet, and then everyone else is kind of.
Yeah, its feet.
Before your turn, it's going to transport over to where you are and take some attacks against you, Autumn.
Okay. Do I get to use a reaction since it just went away from me to make it melee?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Everybody who was near?
It might not hit. That was a 21.
Nope, that doesn't hit.
No, okay.
I'm dead. This might kill me.
That is a 32 to attack.
Ooh, just barely. Right there.
That is 50 points of damage total.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Okay, and then it pops back into place where it left. That was one of its legendary actions. That is now your turn.
Okay, so I am going to use I'm going to use my second action surge.
Alright, let's roll a d6 before you do this. Since you're
Crap.
sitting there.
I don't think she can
Oh, am I still confused by the thing?
Nope.
Okay, that was a 4.
Okay. You are going to go forward to hit this thing. You're no longer confused, and time does the opposite of what it did for him.
Okay.
You repeat the movements of it actually does the exact same thing. So while he
Did she
reset
kill me
himself, you turn to him and make attacks against him.
Oh crap!
You're caught in a brief time
Okay,
loop and you
but
repeat the
it's
actions.
not an action surge because I didn't use an action surge.
You didn't
on
use an
him.
action
Okay.
surge before.
I'm gonna die so many times,
Try to
bro.
roll less 20s
God
than you did.
damn it.
Okay. That is a 25
That
to
hits.
hit.
That definitely hits it.
That is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
That is a 25 to hit. And that is a 26 to hit.
So no crits, right?
So
I don't
no
know
crits
much.
though. No
I know
crits.
she hit me.
So the damage is 6 plus 7, 13
Okay.
plus 17, which is 30,
Okay.
plus
Oh,
reroll that.
Oh, jeez.
12, 19. Okay, 30 plus 19 is 49. Plus
Chris is just coming down for
16, 59, 64.
Give or take.
Did you
You're
die?
unconscious?
I'm at 84.
You're at 84. Perfect.
Okay,
Okay.
you're not
There you
dead.
go. That was your
You're
move.
fine.
You doing anything in your bonus action?
I don't want to be healed.
Yes, I'm going to use my bonus action.
No, you're actually not because you didn't do
Oh, I
anything
didn't
with
do
your
a bonus
bonus action
action
before.
Oh my.
Tinker, where are your health points at?
It is the elder.
So many times, God.
Tinker.
I promise to be better at math.
How many health points do you
Damn
have?
it.
Oh, I'm at like 133. I just did my post.
133 or
Yeah.
33?
You
130.
three. You three. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Give me.
I haven't even attacked the die.
I'm
Give
just
me
going to predict I failed this.
a
Whatever. it is.
charisma save.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Absolutely.
That's gonna be a 17.
18.
12.
Yeah. You take 30 points of psychic damage,
Hold on.
and you take a point of exhaustion as the creature reaches into where your minds are and rips out a portion of your psyche, making it so you take a point of exhaustion. What that means is any skill checks at the first level of exhaustion, any skill checks are done at disadvantage.
Oh my god.
And the effects get worse from there.
Oh
So
my
you are exhausted.
Oh my god.
That is its turn. Audie.
Great. I'm going to cast Planner Ally. The ally thing.
You're
I'm
casting the ally thing. What is the casting time for the ally thing?
Can
Man,
Yes.
You could just heal, like
I'm
mass
making
heal.
an executive decision and smashing a hourglass.
You're smashing an hourglass.
But does that make us stop or everything around us
And
stop?
everything within a 20-foot radius.
Which
you are
is
not
not
around
us.
where these guys are. So you guys would all freeze.
Not me.
But you could
Not
still
her.
do stuff.
So if I like threw it at the enemy, she'd have to stop for an hour.
It would affect her.
Well, we would just keep fighting her.
So-
But you would be unable
You're
to
like, hold
do-
on a second.
It would affect
If you
her.
threw it at like
Anything that's
You don't know what would happen with the way that the warping aura is happening around her. You don't know what would happen. I'd say it's 50-50 here.
10 minutes to do this.
It takes you 10 minutes to
It
do
takes me
this.
10 minutes to summon this thing, but it would help us a lot. We don't have 10 minutes.
You don't. There's something else. You
How long does per?
Great, I'm gonna call upon my god.
You could cure mass.
God.
You watch as okay, as Athena reaches forward and
Divine intervention.
and all of the light in this area goes dark,
Oh, good.
and
we have 90 feet of darkness.
even the divine horror stops, and a pool of sort of inky black sort of appears in front of the divine horror, and a beautiful naked woman, pale, steps out of the pool as if the pool is water and she's swimming into it, and she almost seems to float feet first out of this pool, righting herself in front of the divine horror. She's wearing a beautiful mask that covers her features, and as she strides forward, she takes off the mask and kisses you on the forehead. Goes, "What is it, my child?"
I don't know how you can help me in this situation. Is there anything you can do to even this playing field even a bit?
I look after the realm of living and the dead. You serve. This being is vast and beyond my control. However, I do not want the destruction of my world and the people in it. So while I have little control here, I do have control over when it is someone's time to go. And I think someone is there. And she reaches forward and shoves a hand into the chest of the divine horror. And there's a scream that issues forth. And she goes, "You are a being as old as time itself." But she, and she pulls it out, and Tapani is ripped forth from the divine horror, is a bitch that needs to learn her place.
Yes.
And she flips her hands like this, and Tapani hits the ground and sort of looks forward, and the divine horror turns his head downward.
The divine horror.
She was about to jump to the top of that thing and knock it over.
With a movement, the divine horror picks up Tapani and begins to stride towards the rift. All of you can be granted attacks of opportunity against this thing. And you have work to do. So, Audie will cycle back around to you since you summoned her. Okay? Well, Ryan, you go first. We'll do initiative order. So, attack of opportunity.
A 19's not gonna cut it, is it?
Who are you aiming at?
I'm gonna cut at Tapani.
19 will hit Tapani.
Okay. So I'm gonna focus.
Roll damage for me. Chris, you're up next. You choose what you want to do here.
So I'm gonna cast Feeble Mind.
Can't cast something unless you have a specific move here. I think it's Warcaster. Do you have the Warcaster feat?
I do.
then you need to make an attack with the staff. It's like a melee attack.
Okay. Okay. In that case, Wall of Thorns.
Nope. That's
Nope.
a spell.
Shit. Okay, so I have to hit it.
You have to hit it.
Staff the Woodlands plus 9.
Okay, so Staff the Woodlands. Here we go. Plus 9. That's gonna be 15.
Okay.
13.
15 to hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine's 21.
21 points of damage.
Oh, radiant, yeah.
As she strides forward, Tapani is hit from the side. As she's being dragged by her hair, you sort of take a swipe. As you go to hit her again, she reaches up and grabs it with a little bit of strength she has and tosses it off to the side. Hillary.
Oh God. Okay, we are going to. That was a 2, but we're going to use Stroke of Luck
Okay.
as a nat 20.
Nice.
Nat 20 plus 20.
The 20 goes to the skill check. A miss turns into a hit, so it's not a crit. The stroke of luck, read through that again.
Yeah.
A miss turns into a hit, but if you're doing it for a skill check, the skill check immediately becomes a nat 20. I don't think the hit becomes a nat 20. Like, read through the fine print of that.
Okay, so it turns into a hit. So
you hit. And because you haven't used sneak attack yet this go, you can do sneak attack.
right.
Alright, so roll
So
damage.
then, how do I
and sneak
know
attack.
what the hit is? Oh, it's just
It's
okay.
just
Okay,
a-
I'm an idiot.
it's just a
cool.
hit.
Cool. It's cool. I
Tinker.
get it. My brain hurts.
Tinker.
I can't see things. Oh shit. I'm losing things.
Roll
okay.
damage.
Yeah.
That's 30.
30 to hit, roll damage.
Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. Sorry. Brain
What?
No, that's amazing.
Sorry. Is this a new round?
This is just an opportunity attack.
It's just an opportunity.
It's not
You're using a reaction.
That's 16 points of damage.
Okay. It's down to 8. Tracy.
18, that's a crit.
Okay.
Nice.
That is
Can you physically roll all lower than an 8?
6. Hang on, 8, 6, 14, 21 to hit.
Yes.
Got 18 to 20 crit.
21 to hit or 21 points of damage?
No, it was.
It was an 18, which was a crit, so
Right.
21 points of damage.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
That's 41 of piercing and 12 of fire.
Okay. Audie.
Just spit on her.
Just sneeze on her.
That's a. I can't use a spell. I have to use a.
You
Okay.
yeah, physically.
That is a 19 to hit.
Okay. Roll damage.
Okay.
You have to slap it.
What are you doing this with?
Crossbow.
A crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thunk.
That's 10 points damage.
Reduced to 5.
Reduced to 5.
Is it a magical crossbow?
No.
How do you want to do this?
I'm gonna walk right up to her, point the crossbow right at her forehead, and say, "No one steals me of my afterlife."
Yeah. As the crossbow bolt leaves and strikes her in the head, there is a disbursement as the magical ritual stops and the rift begins to close and the divine horror stops and turns and looks at all of you and teleports away. The rift is there for a while and you all watch as the world that you knew presents you with an idyllic scene. It's just the ocean and the sun, and you watch as the waves go in and out, and it's beautiful. No one will remember your names, the good that you did in this world. However, there's a faint glimmer as a silver thread from the Raven Queen winds its way through the material plane to the plane of thought and knowledge, where it manifests itself in a strange form, in a piece of paper, at a table, with people sitting at it. And you think that maybe there's a chance that somewhere this could be remembered in some form. The heroes that saved the world. And the portal slowly closes. And the last thing you all see is the waves coming in and out. Till the end of time. That was our hero, folks. It was our amazingly fun game. These guys put me through the ringer with their level 20s. But we had a great time. We hope you guys all had a fun time as well. You can catch all of our episodes on demand. We love each and every one of these players so much, and some of us have to get to work, and I know we're going a little later than possible. So thank you guys so much. We love you. We'll keep doing shows. Remember, there's always a spot at the table. As always, Indigo Connect. We'll see you soon.
Yay!